What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Dermy Wemmy, and I'm back with another stream. That's right, guys. I thought tonight was going to be maybe just one topic in the grand scheme of things, and then we'll go into, like, Final Fantasy or do some stuff like that. But no, in reality, the internet decided to just provide to me, and we have Takahata putting out a full Google Doc surrounding the situation that he's been in for the past several months now. So we got that to talk about tonight, but also like I said, okay, I'm also going to be hitting up the Hololive stuff that's going on right now, and what's happening there with Hogwarts Legacy, because that's back in the news. But yes, guys, we got a lot to talk about tonight. We got a lot of things to go over, discuss, think about, to contemplate life. And by the way, I hate my background right now. Hey, Trump tuber, how are you doing? But I know for a fact to put a different background up there, but Hololive, yep, we got a Hololive topic to talk about tonight. Don't you worry, buddy. We got Hololive to talk about. We got Takahata to talk about. And there's a good chance the Takahata situation might have to be a two-part situation. A two-parter. Just because there's so much there right now. So there's a good chance that I'm going to have to save the rest of it for Thursday. The reason I'm saying this is, again, to people that are coming in, to people that are on their way, all that stuff, I'm not streaming tomorrow night. Main reason for why I am not streaming tomorrow night is because I have to be up early the next day for work. Yeah, they just ruined my entire life right there. But because of that, and let me double check. Did I spell Hololive? Yeah, I spelled Hololive correctly. Yeah, I spelled Hololive correctly. So because of that, I will more than likely not be streaming tomorrow night. If I do, it will be a quick stream. So if I do, it's gonna be quick. But more than likely, I'm not doing. And Chris McCabe, yo, any good Melanie Mac news today, buddy? Nah. Like, she hasn't really, like, she left Twitter. She really hasn't been making any videos. And I don't care enough to watch Quarter Pounder streams to even see anything. I need double lamps. What about becoming a VTuber? Listen. I would love to become a VTuber. I would love to. I just need the money to kind of, go up before I can go into a VTuber. But we do have a VTuber this week on Ballbusters. That's right. We have a really famous VTuber, Hayden Wayne. Now, I'm not meaning to dunk on Hayden there at all. No, Hayden will come by and, he's going to be on Ballbusters this week. So I'll have my VTuber fix on Ballbusters, and we'll just chat all day and night about some of the stuff we'll be talking about again today. But before we go too far, and this is just some of the quick hits before we hit the Hololive and then get into the real stuff. Ooh, you can? Trump tuber, DM me on X. I'll talk to you. But part of the problem is also I need to get better camera and better equipment because of glasses. There's that too. So I'm trying to figure some stuff out there. But before we go too far, okay, before we go too far into some of the actual topics and things like that, I got a quick hit. And here's iDubbbz. And iDubbbz has decided to put out a video in which he's going after everybody that's been criticizing him over the past several years at this point in time. And bro went completely off. But I have this segment. It's just a 2-minute and 19-second segment from his video. I haven't even watched this. I just saw it. And right out the gate, it's funny as all hell because he's addressing being called a lolcow.
Labeling someone a lolcow and then bullying them and watching their life spiral out of control. They won't, say as much. They'll just be like, yeah, we just do it for laughs.
Dude, it's the casino. Holy shit, he's crying about the fucking casino, laughing at him all day and night. And it's not just the... Dude, they have iDubbbz. They have Vosh versus Melanie Mac. They have all sorts of different people here. You're freaking out over the casino. You think this is a dunk on the casino and attacking the casino? You're admitting they're affecting you.
The whole thing's entertainment. It's just just innocent guys just having a laugh.
They are having a laugh at your expense because you are a lolcow. That's what a cult is mean to be a lolcow. They make more money than you.
Thankfully, Anissa and I are in a much safer and privileged position than many other people who are the targets of guys like this.
Wait. You're in a much safer and privileged position than the guys that... Wait, let this sink in real quick. You're in a much safer, privileged position. That's why you're making a video crying about being made fun of all the time.
Who want to bully them into submission. So now I want to look at two different clips from these guys. There is the fat one and his cohort who are listening to Anissa describe, like, essentially having a hard time online, seeing people mock and make fun of her dad with Alzheimer's.
Okay, so you have that. Why isn't she taking care of him is what I'm going to be saying, but okay.
They were laughing at my dad for getting sick on some of these forums.
What did you think? What did you think? Because you shared it online?
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what people are going to do.
Yeah, that is what people are going to do. You share personal information online like that, people are going to make fun of them. People are going to respond. This is called the internet. You could say that, hey, it's not nice that this is going on. I don't like it, but guess what? It's called the internet.
Because they want to get a reaction out of you.
Yeah.
I don't think they probably even really believe the stuff that they're saying, but they know because it's extreme and, like, edgy that it will cause you mentally spiral like this. So that's
where's the bad thing that's being said here? Like, he's actually saying some hard facts here and some things that are, like, true. Like, where's the edginess? Where's the bad thing that's being said? It's not clicking. Is it that people are gonna react like this because you put it out on the internet? Welcome to the internet. What's the bad thing that PPP's saying?
Why they do it, and you're telling them that it affects you. So guess what? They're gonna keep doing it.
Yes. Literally, yes. You're telling them it's affecting you, so they're gonna keep going on. Where's the badness in this? Where's the awful nature of what he just said here?
This is how the internet works. It shouldn't be, but that's how it is.
The whole time.
What was the bad thing? You're like, hey, this is a serious clip. What are you even saying? Okay, well, I'm lost.
The whole time, he is not saying that he is a perpetrator of bullying her. What he's saying is that other people are doing that.
But he's not bullying her in this situation. He's telling you why people are doing this. And then you coming out here and reacting to it is why they're going to keep doing it. He's not even saying that they're doing it or not. Like you're right, but where's the bad thing? Like, where's the lie? Where's the attack? Like, he's going out there and spitting facts, honestly.
But he is doing it actively. In this video, he is bullying Anissa.
How?
And in other videos...
Wait, where was the bullying? Where was the bullying at all? And if you're crying about him laughing at you guys and making fun of you guys, he's just gonna escalate it, because that's what the casino does. They're not bullying people, they're laughing at you. The way to deal with them is to ignore them, but now you're admitting that all their videos on your boring ass content has been affecting you.
He's literally bullied and made fun of her dad who has Alzheimer's.
With a late-stage dementia patient who is an extremist Muslim, and he sees his daughter covered in tattoos, married to iDubbbz the cuck, and he just freaks the out. iDubbbz is having to take him on walks through the neighborhood, talk to this...
I think when I was reading that, he's making fun of you guys there. Like, he's not actually making fun of the dad, he's making fun of you guys. I mean, he called you iDubbbz the cuck, and he pointed out how the dementia-ridden father, who's a extreme, like, Muslim, is looking at his daughter, who's not that, and is probably very angry with it. He's actually making fun of you guys, not the dad.
Demented guy.
So,
I didn't hear. Plus, you cut the shit out of that, so I'm not Like, this is edited all to hell, but what I was listening to that is he's utilizing the father to get at you guys. There's no bullying the father.
Who has Alzheimer's.
With a late stage dementia patient who is a extremist Muslim, and he sees his daughter covered in tattoos, married to iDubbbz the cuck, and he just freaks the out. iDubbbz is having to take him on walks through the neighborhood, talk to this demented guy.
So
yeah, that was more of an attack on you guys. Like that's not the attack on the father. That's an attack on you guys. That's them bullying you guys, not the dad. So I don't know what the hell is wrong with you right there. That's pretty obviously that he's utilizing the dad to bash you retards. You're so fucking soy right. You're crying about what some fat freak on the internet says about you. Make that make known. He's not talking about the dad. He's talking about you. He's talking about how pathetic you are. And now, right now, you're proving PPP's fucking point. Plus, that video is entirely dishonest, considering just how much editing went into that clip. I don't have any reason to believe what he said there and what you all strung together. There's probably a lot missing there.
this is something that he's very familiar with. But for some reason, in this moment, he refuses to take any ownership of the fact that he is part of the problem.
Like, that's what people are going to do because they want to get a reaction out of you. So that's why they do it. And you're telling them that it affects you.
He doesn't want to.
It's affecting you. Him making fun of you is affecting you. You're proving him right. Is this rocket science? Am I even saying? I feel like I'm smelling toast right now and tasting pennies. I feel like I'm about to have a stroke. This isn't rocket science. What the fuck? It's not even that hard to figure out. In the clip that you played that is cut together and strung along, he's not even making fun of the dad. He's saying the dad's dementia-ridden. He's demented. He's a extremist Muslim, and he's looking at his daughter tattooed up and a whore on the internet. Okay. Married to a pathetic cuck like you who cries about bullying of the father when they're not even bullying the father. Goddamn. Look at this face. Look at this face. See this man right here? See this face? This is a man who used to go around and bully everybody. Go after everybody. And look at him now. After marrying Anissa, look at the soulless, sad eyes. Look at how dead he is inside. This is the man crying about PPP right now. Like, I have criticisms of PPP, but look at this shit right here. Is that DJ Qualls? No, this is iDubbbz. This is a man that used to be one of the edgy people on the internet. And look how pathetic he is right now. He looks like he's on the verge of fucking tears.
Admit it, and it makes you bullying someone else.
Bro, you all you did was prove their point. All you did was cry and prove their point. You're being affected by them making all those videos. You promoted Kino Casino. You went out there and just gave them all air. They're gonna love this. They're gonna enjoy this. And it's like, bro, you're not even helping yourself. You're just admitting you're getting felted right now and it hurts you. Your fucking clip of them attacking the father. No, they were attacking you, utilizing the father. It's so fucking not. It's not rocket science. God. I hate people. I hate people so much. I hate people. Like, I'm sitting here thinking about iDubbbz, okay? Thinking about iDubbbz. I'm sitting here looking at this guy. I'm going like, motherfucker. You used to have it all. And you sold it for a goddamn whore. A girl who's on stream, by the way, on their podcast, admitting she will not shave for iDubbbz, but she has no problem shaving for OnlyFans. You can put two and two together right there. iDubbbz gets cucked left, right, and center And people point it out, and he goes like, no, I have to protect my wife, Anissa. Anissa ruined my life. I used to have it all, but now look at me. I'm sad, pathetic. I throw my own best friend under the bus who used to defend me. Oh, for Hassan, for a chance to have Hassan fuck my wife, and me potentially get to, you know, do stuff with him afterwards. And I just saw my background do the thing, so give me a second there. What? It just... Fuck. So fucking gay. Like, Idubbbz wants Hassan to fuck his wife so he could go in there and do the cleanup work and just get his little taste of Hassan. It's pretty obvious. There's a lot of clips out there of just how close Anissa wants that Hassan dong. And then Idubbbz wants to feed Anissa to him so that he can do the cleanup work. He's probably going to tell Hassan, hey, don't worry. No condom. Go on ahead. Do whatever you want. No condom. I'll clean it up. I'll be your Destiny cleanup crew. That got graphic. But okay. Now that that's done, okay, that quick hit. Let's hit this topic, okay? Let's hit this topic real quick because I'm going to take you guys back real fast on a time-traveling machine. All the way back to the far-long year of 2023. That's right. February 10th, to be more precise, of 2023 is when the video game Hogwarts Legacy came out. And with this game, you had a bunch of Twitter psychopaths, schizos, and freakazoids out there trying to cancel the game and cancel several individuals for just wanting to play the game because, well, J.K. Rowling owns an IP. That's pretty much it. They went so far as to actually make a website that they would go on there and try to track streamers that were playing the game. And I'm bringing this all up just to show you how deranged these people were getting. And when it came to some of the people that were playing the game, they would go so far as to actually harass them. VTuber Amano Pikami was harassed for playing Hogwarts Legacy, followed by a graduation from the VTuber group. And this actually happened. And I'm showing you Pikami and some of the things that they said to her. I'm showing you some of the stuff that they were saying to basically everybody. We told her there would be consequences if she played that game. She ignored it, and it's now paying the price. And I'm just showing you how deranged these people got because people wanted to play Hogwarts Legacy. And I have it as well over here when it came to Silvervale. Silvervale also got extremely harassed, attacked left, right, and center just for saying she wanted to play the game. She never even played the game on stream. She just said she wanted to play it. And I'm mentioning all this because we got a new person in this grand scheme of things. Courtney from Hololive has come out and said that she's ready to play Hogwarts Legacy, a Japanese VTuber. And we can see her right here. She's going to be playing it. Well, she did do the playing today. And hey, you know what? It's 2025. We're several years removed from schizos acting this way and attacking individuals for wanting to play Hololive, right? Well, not so much. And I come over here to Rima Evenstar, and we'll start right up here, and I'll scroll on in. Some air quotes fans are having meltdowns over Courtney playing Hogwarts Legacy. The backlash has stirred up heated reactions once again, reigniting a divide in the VTuber community that first flared in 2023 when Pikami and Silvervale faced harassment for playing the same game. Sources, Kurji Rin, and we could just see this, you know. First, it was Vivi. Now, it's Courtney playing the Turf Potter game. Holo JP management has to step in and do something. No Ian talent has ever played this game, and I do believe that their side of management also recommended them not to. Wow, you guys are really normal. But we have this. This is from Blue Skies. LOL. Courtney-loving genocide supporters are out, folks. Block with reckless abandon. If I can walk away from Corny, then so can everyone else. I idolized her, but even I know a fascist when I see one. All she's doing is playing a game. But hey, these are decent individuals. You know, you idolized her, but the moment she played a game that you disagreed with, well, she's a bad person and a fascist now. We got more. Haruura passed away, and Corny is being paid to play the transphobic wizard game, which is giving all the TERFs an excuse to be incredibly bigoted and hateful to everyone rightfully upset about it. F Today and F Hololive. Oh man, these are normal people. Since this is Blue Sky, and it's actually safe to say this here, if you play this dog-ish PS2 graphics for $70 TERF genocide funding game, and you get flack and bullied for it, I hold zero effing sympathy for you. Cry about it, graduate, guarantee it's less than a silver of what trans people go through daily. Wow, these are just normal individual. And we got more, and this one's a little fuzzy, but we have Corny is scheduled to play the TERF wizard game, unfollowed, unsubscribed. I make no exception. You support TERFs, it's over for you, for us. No exception. I mean, I don't really believe you actually were subscribed. I believe you went there solely to subscribe, to take a screenshot of you unsubscribing. I don't believe you ever actually subscribed to her, but it's not that hard to play a different effing game. She's sponsored for it too. She's quite literally taking blood money for this. May her role genocide supporter. May her role. These seem like normal functioning human beings right here. Like, there's no way these are schizos or anybody. And obviously, these are hardcore Hololive fans. These are people that will definitely defend Hololive all the time. They know everything about Hololive. It's not like, hey, here's Peckamore. Here's Pecora playing Hololive. Here's Kobo. Not playing Hololive, but Hogwarts Legacy. But here's Kobo playing Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, and then here's Muna playing Hogwarts Legacy. And I'm pointing out these three particular VTubers because they're all Hololive members who have played Hogwarts Legacy. There are several Hololive VTubers that have played Hogwarts Legacy for many years now, and you don't see them freaking out over them playing these games. But hey, this is normalized nowadays. Well, it was normalized. It's no longer. Nowadays, we laugh at schizos like this. Nowadays, we just point out and acknowledge just how insane they are. And here's Smuggalana. The flags and bio Twitter weirdos are trying to cancel someone for playing Hogwarts Legacy again. Can't wait to watch the hate campaign backfire again and cause the person you want to cancel gain tens of thousands of viewers and followers because you have zero self-control. Yeah, I have no problem with her playing this game. In fact, I kind of want to go back and play it again myself. I kind of quit playing Hogwarts Legacy, mainly because of time constraints and stuff like that. But maybe I should go back in and play it again, because that's what happened the last time we had schizos like this going around and trying to attack and berate people for trying to play a dumb wizard game. People just wanted to play a game and have fun, but because of that, you guys lost your ish because J.K. Rowling's involved. It's her IP. She's gonna get money because she's super intelligent and understands how to play these IP games, so she's gonna keep getting money from all this. And it makes perfect sense that you guys would be acting this way, and it definitely gets people on board not wanting to play the game when you openly say, may her body part role, genocide supporter. This definitely convinces people to come to your side. This definitely incentivizes us to want to join you. No, what it does is drives us further away. What this does is show just how insane, schizophrenic, and nightmarish you guys are. It further fuels more division, but also starts putting out people don't want to be involved with you. People want to ignore you. People want escapism and to get the hell away from you, Twitter freaks. Well, you're blue sky freaks now, but they want to get away from you. And rightfully so, because you're not nice people. You're all vile. You're freaking out over a dog VTuber wanting to play a wizard game right now. Make that make sense. But we have more here from Hero Hey. Blue Sky users are even threatening violence on Korani because she's playing Hogwarts Legacy, and they are even saying she has blood on her hands for it, etc. And obviously we already saw one of these, you know, the may her you know what role, but we also got what's over here. This honestly makes me both angry and depressed. Korani was literally the VTuber that got me interested in VTubing. I'm honestly glad I removed the VTuber tag from all my socials because this is disgusting. Blood is on your hands now, Korani. F you for ever letting me think of you as a good person. Doesn't seem like you were actually a fan. Actually, it kind of looks like you're insane. It looks like you're mental. None of this makes any sort of sense. If you were a true fan, you wouldn't care what she's playing. You wouldn't give a rat's ass about any of this. But hey, we got more. We got more. We got this one, okay? Wait, oh, we already went over this particular one, but we have this. Oh, from the same person. A effing another one, effing assholes. And Korani, add Korani to the Nazi sympathizer list, folks. Kazeha. I truly entirely wish ill on Korani and all of her friends. They are all complicit now. They take money. They are complicit in what comes. I'm so angry. These people seem super emotionally sane, stable. They're definitely normal individuals that aren't schizos, aren't insane, and definitely should be taken seriously. No. The reality is, all you're doing here is further proving other people's points. All you are doing is further showing just how insane you are, how we shouldn't really be taking you that seriously. You're continuing to push a narrative that if you play a video game, bad things are going to happen, all because of somebody who created an IP. It's not the end of the world. And guess what? All you're really doing is promoting this stream. You're telling people, hey, she's playing this game over and over again. She's going to get more money. People are going to recognize this. And it's not going to bring a whole lot of heat because, again, this isn't the first Hololive streamer that's played Hogwarts Legacy. We can go back to Pecora. We can point out Kobo. And I can definitely point out, Muna right here. There's been dozens that have played Hololive, Hogwarts Legacy, and there'll probably be more. But hey, keep crying about it, you frickin' weirdos. And shout out, Sherry. How are you doing, lovely? You look beautiful in your new PFP, by the way. Kind of jealous of that one. Kind of jealous of that one. But I'm just grabbing this. But it's really weird to see in 2025 that they're trying to bring this bullshit back. It's really weird, especially because, like, nobody gives a damn nowadays. Like, everybody's really just ignored this entire topic, and it's not benefiting anybody. In fact, it's just driving further division and convincing people to further make fun of you. Oh, you're welcome, Sherry. Look, I can be nice now and then, even though you're not very nice to me. You put me in very weird positions and in gifts. It's kind of creepy. But hey, maybe that's a compliment. Maybe it's admitting that you really are, like, interested in me, because now you're going to put me on some sort of, like, nightmarish feminine body again. You really should tweet those out, by the way, instead of DMing them to me, because if you tweet them out, I can pull them up a whole lot easier on stream. Unless you're purposely trying to keep like your nightmare fuel contained to DMs. Because if so, well, our DMs are going to get leaked to loss. Oh, you love me? Well, why, thank you. I feel like there's a little bit of sarcasm there. Sherry, I love you too. Okay, because you're at least entertaining, even if you make nightmare fuel. If she doesn't, I will. Well, shut up, Weasel. Who asked you? Who asked you? But I have our next big topic to get into. This one's gonna take us a while. Doomcock, Ryan, Jay, and others follow me. That's 2 out of there. Oh. I mean, you could just post it on the internet. I mean, obviously, a lot of people are gonna, you know, start running the hell away because of how nightmarish that your creations are. But I mean, and let's be fair here, Sherry. Okay, I'm just as attractive as Ryan. I mean, look at me. I'm just as attractive. But okay, we're gonna start this. So sorry if I don't react that often in chat, but we're gonna come over here to the wonderful Takahata situation. Now, there's probably going to be some editing going on here if you're watching this, but I'm bringing us back over here, even though we talked a lot about this yesterday, because there has been some major updates on everything going down right now. But for those of you who are coming into this brand new, haven't been paying attention, or didn't watch my previous video on this, Takahata was a streamer that, well, basically got canceled and excised by his friend group over allegations of something going on. We didn't know what these allegations were at the time. We just had a bunch of people come out here and say he did a thing that was just awful. That's pretty much what the allegations were for a long chunk of time there, until we had Adora come out and drop some DMs that essentially established that Takahata, well, potentially forced himself upon somebody. Have to do the whole YouTube censorship right there. So, and we have this from Red Claw, and I'll do the best I can to try to show it off. But you see, this should send in order. This is everything before it happened, with the exception of the last text he sent, which was after it happened, and this is censored for victim safety. This was after it happened, censored for victim safety. Was Taka's name submitted with a police report? Just wanted to make sure his real name was. And I bring all this up because we didn't know what was going on. In fact, Takahata openly said like he was taking time away for mental health. He does have legal actions going forward, and he has been told not to speak, not to talk. That is a smarter path forward because he has legal proceedings going on. But just the other day, he did come out and he dropped a 3-part little Twitter thing right here. And we already went over this, but one of the main things to take note was the second thing that he said. My legal representatives in January of 2025 contacted the individual who started this, but have yet to receive any response from the individual in question. So he's been dealing with this since January. He hasn't been tweeting since January. He has been very silent on any of these topics since January. Since before, all of his friends even came out and started cutting him off. Because this was going down in May around the same time as Cinder. That's why some people weren't even paying attention to this, because he had Cinder going on at the same time. So when you have all these things going on, nobody really knows what's happening. We have allegations of SA. We have allegations of bad things going on. Well, we got another update from Takahata himself. I can't speak this. My tumultuous relationship with Mistress Doom VT. TW, emotional abuse, gaslighting, slander, defamatory accusations, drug use, accusations of assault. And that's right, we got a big old Google Docie to go through. But before we get into it, we will further read this. And here's Bo Sheep, shout out to her. I know I had originally said I wanted to protect the individual due to concern for her mental health. However, due to recent events and the facts that she has continued to use other creators to tell her story via grotesque misrepresentations of the facts, I am now forced to name her. I need to protect myself and those who have been dragged into this situation. 3 of 3. And part of me does think, before we get into the Google Docie itself, that this is a response, in fact, to Alicia right here, where Alicia took a screenshot of what Takahata said just the other day and said this: the victim doesn't want to be public, so I haven't gone into detail at all about what happened. They supported me saying more in the past, but I still refused because I was worried about her stability. But I will say this now, using her prior okay with me saying something. Taka told me in a call he had sex with a woman who was under sedatives. She has a 24/7 caretaker because she mentally cannot take care of herself. Her mother handed her off to him when he came to see her, trusting him with her care. Earlier that day, she said she wanted to off herself. She cried on the train ride with him. When she got to the hotel, she took a lot of pills in front of him. He himself stated he saw her take the pills. This is what Taka told me himself. I've never spoken directly to the victim. I've only ever talked to him, then made my decision. Well, that doesn't seem normal. I mean, even in your own statement here, there is a little bit of a contradiction, because you said you never actually talked to the victim, but you did talk to the victim. But then we have this: my decision to part with him was solely based on my conversation with him. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he was one of my best friends. Regardless, I am a strong believer in seeing proof of screenshots and talking to the person accused to hear them out. In this situation, I only talked to Taka, the accused, and that alone made me leave. There were other women in the scene who interacted with the victim and know more about her side. I can't speak on behalf of them. As for the screenshots, Taka told me in our final call together, he has a Google Doc with the entire history of their text conversations. I think you're kind of protecting yourself a little bit, because there does seem to be some contradictions there going on. Things don't seem to be adding up at all when I start looking at what Alicia's saying there, especially with some of the vague posts and things of that nature. But hey, we got a good old Google Docie to go over, guys. Just gotta love a good old Google Docie. But as always, I will be going over this. This is probably going to be a long video. This is going to be a long segment, and I am already aware that the alleged victim has come out and made a statement. Hopefully, I will be getting to it towards the end of this stream when I'm doing this. If not, it will be on another stream and in a separate video, of course, just because I want to handle these as they come out properly. But we are going over what Takahata has said so far, and I've already skimmed over what the alleged victim is, because, again, it is alleged. It's not proven fact. It ain't good. I'm just going to say that for the alleged victim in this case. But this has been one of the saddest and most difficult periods of my life. I have been hugely hurt by a wonderful person who I have loved for over 9 years. I have been the target of allegations, speculation, ill-informed judgment, and malicious rumor, all of which have been untrue and which, unfortunately, I do have the evidence to disprove. This one special person may have been the source for this, but they carry no blame. Others who have fed jackal-like on the scraps they have found perhaps do. For a while, I was confused and angry. I could not understand how something like this could spring from such a trusting, long-standing relationship, but now I think I understand. Sometimes in life, events occur which can rip away the protective layers surrounding our emotions. Sometimes these heal, but often they stay raw and exposed close to the surface of our lives. Scientists may describe this as PTSD. But it is more than that. There's a beauty there. There's a beauty there too. If you know or love someone like this, you'll know what I mean. Their emotions are right there, so close to the surface. When they open themselves, their hearts, their feelings to you, it's a true act of love. What you experience from them is genuine and pure. It can't be fabricated. It's the truth, emotional truth. And I'm going to say this right now, so far this kind of reads pretty pathetic, but I've already seen some of the evidence in here. Yeah, I'm a little bit on Takahata's side now. Again, I've only seen some. I haven't gone through the entirety of this, but as it stands right now, I'm a little bit on the side because I'm not really liking what I'm seeing from the other side. But there's more than one kind of truth. There's the truth of feelings, of emotions, of the heart, but there's also the truth of hard facts and mundane reality, and sometimes they clash and collide. These hearts can't accept the unacceptable even when the facts demand they should. I have found the difference between untruth and a lie. A lie is deliberate falsehood, I can't read right now. Deliberate, rational. I feel like he's saying deliberate twice is not a good idea, but that's just me. But untruth can spring from a deeper place, from a heart that has no place for the reality it's being asked to acknowledge. Instead, it insists on its own truth. For many of us in the VTuber world, I think a constructed reality can seem a safer, happier place. And I think this world provides shelter for many whose other lives are raw and vulnerable realities. I have suffered mental turmoil myself and have found many of the relationships here to be more fulfilling, meaningful, and safer than many I have experienced in my outside world. This person that I loved for so many years came into my life before my entire entry into the VTuber world, back when we met in person at a convention, and we built the truth of our relationship together. I thought we knew each other deeply and truly. God, I'm gonna say it, not to be deprecating, and somebody's probably gonna take this in the wrong way. This is kind of pathetic right now, just to be safe. It is kind of pathetic. I want to get into the facts. I do criticize this a lot about Google Documents. They want to tell you this narrative. They want to spring you along. And right now, and I mean this in the nicest way possible, this is kind of gay. Tell me the facts. Tell me what's going on. I don't really like the whole colorful, fruitful wording right now. And you trying to help me go down this like emotional path forward. I like the facts. I don't need the story. Okay? Facts are what I care about the most, not our emotions were intertwined and, you know, this is the truth, but also like there was lies and I love this person. Like all that really, it pushes me away. And I mean this as a criticism. Other people might like this. I'm not a fan of it. But as we continue on, give me a second. Sorry, allergies are going on. Ugh. But maybe we never really knew the other us living our other lives. But maybe I never really knew the other life she was leading. When finally we came together, there was perhaps a harsh collision of the two worlds, a clash of reality. I had not seen or expected or understood this, and I failed to allow for it. We had worked and planned to arrange a meeting. It was to be joyful, tender, erotic, happy, open. Jeez. But the reality was different. I think I did not belong in this, her other world. Our openness and the strength of our feelings became simple vulnerability. She found no place for me in that world, but nor did she want to hurt or reject the person she had loved all these years. So she allowed a new truth to be shaped, a truth that made sense of her response, her feelings, a truth that did not match the facts of what happened, but was true in her heart. I had now been found by her to be a different kind of person, a person guilty of the kind of insensitivity and even sexual abuse that has no place in the world of the 9 years of our previous relationship, love, and shared intimacy. So this is what was said, implied, suggested to others in that world. It is untrue, but it sprang from a hurt heart. Others fed hungrily on it for questionable personal reasons. Again, I don't really like all this stuff, but I would prefer, the facts, not the story. Okay, not the narrative. I get some people want to do the whole narrative structure, the whole story, the whole colorful words, because it does grab people more, but when you're dealing with some of these allegations, I think the facts are just a little bit more important than the colorfulness of it all. But I do owe the truth to my friends, and so I have set out as clearly as I can the details of what happened over those few days of our meeting. If it reads a little clumsily, I make no apologies. It is based on simple records, communications, notes. I do not want to polish or refine this. I simply want to share the truth. But it is underpinned by evidence, solid, written, and now shared with my professional advisors. And again, I am going to reiterate this. We know that Takahata has been undergoing legal actions for this for who knows how long at this point in time, at least January. So we know he's been doing this for almost a year at this point in time. He has legal representation. He has advisors. He has people to make sure that what he's saying is good and is, not going to hurt him in the long run. And I'm saying that right now primarily because of something that the alleged victim has said, that he broke laws sharing this out. Not even making that up. And we will hopefully get to that tonight, if not a little later, but I will hit all that. The fact that for already he has a legal team. He has not been talking due to the legal restrictions going on right now. I 100% believe that this is all above board and that he is not breaking any laws or doing anything untoward within this document. Already checked it out. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. But the Clash of Two Worlds. I've known EJ, aka Mistress Doom VT, for 9 years. I first met her at a convention in Newcastle. We hung out a lot during the weekend and spent a lot of time together, including getting Subway sandwiches at 3 a.m. after drinking, dancing, and playing board games at the convention. During that time, I could tell I was crushing on her, but I didn't share this until later. Later, she told me that she also had feelings for me, but we did not act on these feelings during the trip. After that, we began an online romantic and sexual relationship for a while. I actually oppose online relationships. I think they're bad and they always lead in hardship. Like, it doesn't work out. We kept in communication on again, off again for years. It was a mutual friend's wedding in November 2019 when I saw EJ again in person for the second time. To be honest, I had thought she hated me for communication breaking off. So when I saw that she was at the wedding, I was nervous. In fact, when I got there, she was also arriving, so I bit the bullet and said hello and waved at her. We got to talking that day, and I found out that she was also worried that I might hate her because she had stopped communicating with me. So we laughed it off. That weekend, we spent a great deal of time dancing and having a long conversation over several hours on the steps of the manor where the wedding was taking place. At that moment, I knew absolutely that the reality was that I still had feelings for her, but I was dating somebody else, and that is why we did nothing. We went to our separate rooms that night, and although I was already in a relationship, I knew now that I had deep feelings for her. I don't have any doubts right there. I mean, other weird things have happened. Not that crazy. And I see Weasel's, eyebrows raised. I do think internet relationships are bad. Especially content creator relationships. I'll say that again. I think they blow up in your face way too often, and it's too dangerous to be a part of. Especially, I mean, like, we have good evidence of it right here, in fact. And again, we'll hopefully get into the alleged victim's recollection of all this. Several months after the wedding, I ended my relationship with my partner at the time to pursue a non-monogamous lifestyle, which allowed me to interact freely with EJ. That's a red flag for me. During this time, EJ and I talked and engaged in very intimate conversations once again. We discussed how we lusted after each other and how it was hard that we lived so far away from each other. Throughout COVID, our relationship was on again, off again, but our constant communication did not start again until we entered VTubing, which I was already working in before she also entered it. During which we were talking constantly. From there, our relationship grew stronger than it ever had before, and she started to do work on my channel and my streams, helping out with organizing. EJ proved herself to be extremely talented and organized structure for me for my streams. Excuse me. Our relationship grew into an actual romance, and it lasted several years, during which she confessed to me that she was in love with me, and I confessed to her that I felt the same. So far as I felt and believed, we were in a romantic relationship together. And we have this real quick, a PDF of, well, DMs. So this is what the bulk of the entire doc is DMs that we have to read. So that's the funnest part about this doc, which, hey, I could give him credit. He knew what he needed to show off. But feel my hands on your hips, and as I spank you, as I pound you, finally making love to you. Both of us knowing what we actually want. A guilty little secret of a week. Jesus Christ. It's not long now, huh? What date does your flight get into the UK? And we see the ticket right there. Makes note diary. I'm really bad at remembering dates. 16 days, shit, that's quickly approaching. Soon I'll actually be able to hug you. I'm gonna be a busy bee for the next 2 weeks. I'm happy to be able to load up Trav with lots of work though. Same, I gotta script and record some stuff so I can take some videos with me to edit when you're exercising. I'm not a workaholic. I mean, to be fair, I'm gonna be getting in plenty of cardio with you. I reckon you'll get a good amount. I'll do my best to keep you exercised. I know it's lame, but I keep thinking, what outfit do I want to wear to meet you in the airport? I want to look cute. You're gonna look cute. I want to go for cute, like a nice summer dress. To be fair, every time I've met you or hung out with you in person, you've been wearing an amazing outfit. I remember how you were dressed at the wedding. I scrub up well. You know, I haven't slow danced with anyone else since that wedding. I'm glad we got the slow dance. God, I wanted to kiss you. I wasn't planning on dancing. I was so nervous when you asked. Oh, Lord. I hope it was good for you. I enjoyed being close with you. I wanted to be close with you. We're gonna be lying in the bed, and you can have your leg up on me with your head in my shoulder/chest, and we can still be closer. I just hope you enjoy your time with me getting to be close. Trust me, it's important that I do this. I need to be able to spend time with people I care about to truly trust my non-monogamy. This is a big step for me this trip. Just being with you in general is a big step for me, and I'm happy to be able to take it with you. And also just finally have a blow off of 9 years of tension which will probably accumulate in about 3 minutes of sex. At least he's honest. I promised all the times after the first time we will be good. I'm just happy I get to spend time with you. I never let people this close to me, so it's kind of special for me. I'd rather work than let people have one-on-one time with me, but I really want to give you that chance to be close with me. It's not like pressure cause whatever happens. Like I wouldn't be mad at if after the week you never want to speak or see me again. I'm glad we have the opportunity to explore our connection. This is something that we owe to each other. We've talked a lot. We talked a lot and been very close. And even if we just remain friends, you know, I'm just so effing happy to have you in my life because you're such a genuinely good part of it. I'm not worried that we're going to randomly never talk to each other again or anything like that. Haha, but I understand the apprehension you have about stuff. I want to reward that vulnerability by not making you feel like you've made a mistake. I just want to be good to you. And I have to blow my nose. Jesus Christ, I hate allergies. It's not apprehension or such, just I have no expected outcomes and no hard feelings with how things play out if they went the worst way possible, you know. You can be content and appreciate the experiences, which is cool. I just know there's gonna be a moment where you're on top of me and I'm just lost in the moment and I'm gonna want time to stop to live there. See, that's really effing romantic. I didn't say that. That was her. That's her. The DM's right here. Shut up. Don't be cute. It'll make me want to kiss you. We're gonna be making a lot of love. A lot of making out while fucking. I haven't done something like this before, so it's gonna be interesting to see what we get up to. But you really should get some sleep. It must be hella late for you. Can't really sleep, just a really stressful day. You okay, hun? I'll be okay. I'm heading out to my family's cabin tomorrow and Wednesday, and I'll be home Thursday. I'm just struggling to relax my brain. Happy I'm chatting with you, though. That sucks, but at least you can take a few days to refresh, detach from the internet, and just rest. It's good for you. Gonna read a bunch of comic books and kayak. It sounds like a good couple of days. I want to get a haircut and get my nails done before I see ya. I want to look my best. Want to look my best. Yeah. I'm actually gonna get my hair trimmed for the first time in 5 years. Oh, ish. That's gonna be wild for you. Will it hurt? LOL, no, it's gonna feel awesome. Your hair always feels lighter after a cut, and it's amazing. I was kidding, ha ha ha. But yeah, I have hair down to my ass, and I haven't had it cut in a long time. So I'm gonna think of something. You got longer hair than me. I don't care. Wait. This is a big step for me this trip. Okay. Just being with you in general is a big step for me, and I'm happy to be able to take it with you. And also just finally have a blow of 9 years tension, which will, okay, we already read this part. Just happy, but we already read this part. Okay. First time will be good. I'm just happy I get to spend time with you. I never let people this close. I feel like we already read this part, but okay. We'll hop back over here, and I think we're done with that part. She was one of the few people in the world I spoke to constantly, and I trusted. I saw her as a partner. We shared multiple years of intimacy remotely, and we spoke often of me visiting her and her visiting me. Finally, I bit the bullet and decided to book a ticket in April 2024 to fly to see her at the end of August 2024. which coincided with the event AEW All in London, to share with her something I really enjoy. She expressed her excitement that I had actually bit the bullet, bought the tickets, and arranged my visit. She said no one had ever done something like this for her before. We talked about the dates I would be there and discussed where I would stay in London and what we would get up to. She even stated that she would meet me at the airport and that she was very excited to see me. EJ suggested staying closer to Wembley. I don't know. I'm American. And we have another link. Oh, yay, more DMs, yay. But and this says knowledge of the trip, flirtation. And we already had like some knowledge of the trip, but we'll just get through some of these. Part of this is cut off. We don't have to rush anything. I don't want to make yourself uncomfortable, babe. I know, hun. I'm just nervy because I've never done this before. I'm both nervous and excited. We get to spend the week with each other. Yeah, that's kind of wild. No prying eyes, just vibing. It's kind of wild. I'm not actually gonna believe it's happening till I see you at the airport. Then it's high chance I cry. Babe, that's why I stressed as I am about the tickets in the end. Stressed as I am about the tickets at the end. Okay. That's just one day thing. And the real reason I'm coming out is to spend that time with you. We're literally gonna be able to relax in the bed together and just okay, that gets cut off, so that's fun. Blank places have like apps or website accounts you can go to in order to grab tickets. Have you checked your account with the website? That's the thing. I think purchased it without making an account. I have the website I ordered it from, so I can message them sometime later today and talk to the custom service as I have the credit card information that I purchased. Okay, this is just more information about, you know, getting the ticket. I don't want to get stressed out about it. It's $600 though. Okay. It's okay to be stressed out about it. You love your wrestling. It's a huge factor as to why you're making the trip. You really want to attend an event that at this venue. Plus, it's a decent chunk of money. It's fine to be stressed, but I'm sure it can be sorted. I just want to hold you against me. I've lost gig tickets before, and it sucked. So don't worry, I get the stress. I appreciate you understanding. I'll keep you up to date with it tomorrow. Would prefer to get it sorted before I get there. I don't want to be sitting on phone trying to figure out how to get my tickets when I'm there with you. No. Don't want to risk losing me to Unite. Yeah. Wait. Losing me to... Okay. Well, that's weird. Listen, I'm already well aware that we're going to end up fucking... Again, at least he's honest. And I'm going to come... And I'm going to deep inside you, and then after we shower and F it in the shower again, we're gonna cuddle on the bed while we both play our games on our personal devices. Then after a bit, probably have again. I love how vulnerable he's being, to be fair. It is helpful. It does ingratiate yourself, and it does show a vulnerability side that he's just openly showing, hey, we were talking about, you know, just so there's that. My, you have quite the stamina. Okay, maybe we'll just make out in the shower. Not commit to shower sex. It's an experience. Looking at your back arching and seeing your arse pounded against me. Exactly. Feeling. Oh God. I'm gonna start moving a little bit forward. That's the fun part. You're gonna be able to do that this week. No more waiting. You're gonna be able to. I'm just okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm seriously going to be shooting everything that makes me who I am deep in. Oh God. I'm finding it hard not to laugh because it's so awkward. Hey, I can be like not attractive and just like full on nerd if you prefer. The reason why I find you so attractive is because you're a full on nerd. You nerd. I don't know about that, man. I think there's a direct link between being a MOBA addict and not getting laid. I appreciate you giving up your MOBA time for sex. Bro, I committed hard to the MOBA over a year sex-free. Let's go, and I'm more into the MOBA than ever. MOBA than ever. I appreciate. Yeah. Laughing face. You get to remind me what the F a sex is. You have a chance to save me. I'll make sure to F you and bust inside you as often. Oh my God. Possible. I think after a year of no sex, I should totally count as a virgin again. Last time you had sex was a year ago, yeah? I actually went for an STD test the other day. Haven't heard back from them, which is a good sign. Over a year ago for sure. I don't know the exact specifics. It's like I get to be an incel, but not really, because I could easily get laid if I tried, but it's the closest I'll ever get to understanding the incels. It's men's fault, because whenever anyone tries to come over, I'm like, no, I'm playing a MOBA. Piffed. Maybe you've just waited for the right guy to F you. Well, that wouldn't be fair, would it? Get me into effing you, then just fly over the ocean and leave. Pretty extreme way to get away from me. Are we done? Are we done with the fucking... That's why oh God, unprotected is so dangerous. Getting so into you forget to take your pill. Can't wait to hang out with your dorky ass for real. What's life without a little danger from time to time? Nah, a week with my dorky ass, you'll never speak to me again. Hey, that's my line. You'll be like, it was awful, guys. She explained in excruciating detail how to play her favorite Pokemon in Unite and in VGC. It was like playing P5, but no swaggy dungeons, just maths. She's showing me her early to late game build progression, and all I could think is, girl, I got an early to late game progression right here between my legs. I feel like that's a Cloud line. I feel like that's something that Cloud would DM to a girl to be like, listen, babe, I know you're telling me a lot, okay, about your MOBA gaming, and you're talking a lot about your late game your late game builds and stuff like this, and your late game progression. But I got a progression right now between my legs. We need to handle that. That feels like a Cloud pickup line. Holy crap. This is in a Google document to help disprove that he was, well, forcing himself upon her. Yeah, but it is, yeah, but is it a good team play? Is it gonna steal objectives? Gonna dunk points? Overwhelming DPS? That's what we call dick per second. Oh, so it's a glass cannon. One shot and it's over. Steadily building DSP. Dot for DPS. DOT for multiple hours after. So it's a stacking tank. Got ya. What is your physical damage resistance right now? I'm a speedster, bro. I'm weak, fam. I got no damage resistance. All action, no defense, kinda gal. What am I reading? Damn, one straight shot with your penetration damage and you're gonna go down. This is supposed to be a serious document, by the way. So I do enjoy the fact that he's being very open about everything. He's fine getting laughed at right now. So that's something to count to this. I'm very squishy. One good move and it's all over for me. Oh God. I better make it count then. God, I'm such a effing nerd. It's so effing cute. We gonna be laying in bed and you're gonna be showing me how to play Unite while I'm feeling you up, XD. Sounds like you're gonna be having a more fun time than me because you know you get to feel my soft skin and I'm playing Unite. Genuinely can't wait to feel your skin, babe. It's pretty soft, if I do say so myself. I'm gonna be thinking about it as I fade the bed here, babe. Thinking about you. Good night, winky face. 2 more sleeps away. Actually, wild sleep well. Tickets are figured out. Glad to hear it. Dude, I swear my dog is deliberately causing me issues. I gotta emergency take him in tomorrow for an ear infection. Dude, I swear my dog for an ear infection that he's developed since he was seen on Friday. It's so bad. That's 2 different issues in less than 5 days. If you need to come out a day later or anything, babe, please know that I understand. I'll keep you posted on what happens tomorrow. It's gonna be a long night for me. He keeps frantically making his ear bleed. I'm so sorry, babe. It's all good. I'll get it sorted. Hope your day goes well. Just know if anything happens or comes up, you can tell me and we can adjust our any plans. Extenuating circumstances being what they are. I can guarantee I'll be able to go to the wrestling stuff on Sunday, so don't worry about that. You'll get to see me guaranteed. Like I'd let you fly all this way to see me and not see you. Okay, babe, please know I understand. Cause your pet isn't well, that you may need a day or 2. And just to be real safe real quick. Okay. Because I saw that picture. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't a face reveal or anything like that. Okay. That's actually why I was careful. But I'll let you know how he's doing tomorrow. I'm going to phone first thing. I would take him to the emergency vet, but they charge $300 just to be seen. No meds, nothing. It's going to cost me like that's quid or pounds, something like that. 60. Oh, wait, no, that's euros. 60 euros if I wait it out and see his main vet. Oh, that's a cute doggo. That's a cute doggo. Doggo. Oh, okay. We said doggo. Doggo has 2 different ear infections plus allergies messing up his ear and paw. The meds should help, so it should be able to come to London Friday afternoon/evening if that's okay. No worries, I'll figure out a way from the airport to the hotel. I'll look at local transport options, taxi from the taxi rank or the underground tubes. There's a pretty useful app for London Underground you can get. I'll ask around when I get there. Okay, I'll ask around. Yeah, not gonna stress too much. I'm already really terrified of the flight. I got sedative. I got a sedative though. Keep me posted on like your travel and let me know you're arrived safe. I worry. How long till you fly out? Start my travel at 4:55. So like 1 a.m. my time. I arrive. Okay, yeah, there's the ticket again. You got this. Gonna take a sedative and hopefully sleep the journey away. When you get to London, if you have any trouble, you can always call and text me and I'll help. If plans change on your end, please just keep me informed. If you wanna come out late Thursday night instead, will do. Here's hoping the drops soothe down his ears. By the way, what's your return flight details? And we have all that. Cool, so I can go to the airport with you to see you off. Okay, yeah. Thanking you. See you there early Friday. Doing my best. And I'm skimming through these now because one of the things I did see, and I already saw some of the evidence of this earlier. What he's doing right here is starting to show like she's starting to get a little flaky. As the dates progress forward, she starts to flake out a little bit. You know, they were very graphic in DMs prior to this. Very graphic. But for the most part, it seems like she's starting to try to run away and not want to, like, start being flaky on it all. Doing my best, at least, okay. Damn, dude, that's commitment. Oh, wait. It's only 20 hours of transit. It's really the flight from here to the Vancouver. Okay, yeah, that's damn. Also got a bunch of running around done and booked a appointment for the doctor to try and get a sedative for the flight. Fingers crossed they help you out. I wish the flight wasn't so long for you. Honestly, I'm more nervous about the flight from my city down to Vancouver. It's a short flight. Big plans don't really scare me. It's small one. Big planes don't really scare me. It's small ones that do. Oh, that's fair. I promise I'll be worth the trip. I believe you. Long time in coming. I'm just happy I get to spend time with you. I never let people this close to me, so it's kind of special for me. I'd rather work than let people have one-on-one time with me. But I really want to give you that chance to be close with me. It's not like pressure, cause whatever happens, happens. Like, I wouldn't be mad if it... Okay, we already read a lot of that part. Okay. So this is the thing I've always wanted to do while in London, which is visit the British Museum Egyptian exhibit. I'm probably going to go while I'm in London, so you want to join me? Ooh, yes. I've always wanted to go see it, but I've never had the time. Okay, these are just plans for London. Okay, okay. And... oh, lordy. I love allergies. So, okay, so that was just showing one... their affection and their plans, and partially that she was starting to become a little flaky. And I read a lot of things there that I obviously somebody's gonna clip. I know Weasel's in the chat. He's probably laughing this up right now. Probably go like, holy crap, I can't believe he said this on stream. A few days before the trip, she told me that she had a medical issue with one of her animals, and she might not be able to come out. God damn it, saying come has a completely different connotation now. The originally intended plans might change, but in her last correspondence, she stated that she was planning to come out the night I arrived, which eased my personal anxiety as I would be alone otherwise. She expressed apprehension about being in London, away from her home, but nothing she said made clear the extent to which this would be an issue for her. And because I did not know about the severity of some episodes she had experienced in the past, and her resolute I can't speak. Resolute. I can't read it. Okay, I'm moving on. Resolute deep ill ease. I probably said that entirely wrong, but I'm moving on. About being away from home, I didn't perhaps pay as much attention to her apprehension as I might have done otherwise, as the severity was not impressed upon me beforehand. She would only be an hour away from her home, but every communication we shared leading up to my departure was warm and positive from both sides. Our correspondence was very personal and intimate, and she told me she had mental health issues which she had battled throughout her life. However, when she talked about her mental health issues, she never indicated how severe they were. But I never questioned this, and I did not pry into the specifics of her illness. So I was never aware of the severity of the issues she faced until I arrived in England. And we're about to potentially read one of the things apparently with her mental health issue. Bro didn't know for at least 9 to 8 years that she had this thing, and it doesn't really make sense. Like, one of the things that's about to come out is kind of shocking if you start sitting down and think about the timeline of events. As someone who has mental health issues too, I can understand fighting your own demons, and I would never disrespect her for this. In fact, I too have PTSD regarding flying. I told her repeatedly that I was concerned about the travel and flight. She asked if I had medication, sedatives to be specific, and I told her I did. I took Ativan, a new medication to help calm my nerves while flying. During the trip over, I took over double the intended dosage as the flight was incredibly turbulent. I usually just drink. It works out really well, you know. But when the time for our meeting arrived, a different reality cut in. When I landed, everything changed immediately. I realized I had increased lethargy and was disoriented and experienced increased anxiety. I was in the Uber to the hotel when I received a text from EJ saying that she wouldn't be coming until likely Saturday evening. The reason she gave was that her dog had an ear infection. What confused me about this is that she had multiple people in her home who could take care of her animals, as she had informed me that in the past, that these people had done so. Of course, this was disappointing, as we had agreed that she would come Thursday or Friday at, well, come again, at the latest. Excuses once landed docks. And we'll open this up real quick. And holy hell, this is a sorry about that. Had a sneeze. I'm not gonna lie, babe. I'm really worried. Can you take the sedative for the first flight? I wish I could do something to help. I'll be taking a sedative first flight in 40 minutes, delayed. I should be able to make my flight to London. If not, they will rebook me for the next flight. I will keep you appraised of everything. Apprised or appraised. I don't know. God, why is flying so stressful? Sending hugs. Oh, that's why I drink. First flight is done. Flight to London is delayed 45. I'm not even gonna try to figure that out. Hey, you got through the hard part. How was it? Happy I took Ativan, took the edge off. Okay, boarded now, flying out at 9:15. Check my flight info. I will likely be getting in later than I first was, by about 2 hours. Landed. Welcome to the ever so sunny UK. Gotta go through a border, then baggage claim. Then you'll realize I'm lying and it's not sunny at all. Oh, I saw. Welcome to the UK. Bruv. Already getting into the culture fam. Made it through border, no issue. Good job on not smuggling or something. An automated kiosk. Now onto getting luggage. I really don't know how this works. I got my luggage and now just grabbing a taxi. I'm here, babe. You did it. Unfortunately, my doggo's ear is still really bad, so I can't leave him. If it's still bad tomorrow, the earliest I'm gonna be able to get to London is Saturday evening. If that's the case, would you be down to grab a train to Cambridge Friday, and I can just pay for a hotel for you? That way we can still hang and I can look after doggo. I'll pay for train and such, then we can head back to London together Saturday. In taxi on my way to hotel, got your message. Sucks your pup is still ill and you have no one to take care of him. I won't lie, I'm not versed in your transit system. How long would it take to get there? An hour train and I'd pick you up from the station. Unfortunately, I paid for the hotel, so essentially I would have out $400 for nothing. I mean, that's fair. To be honest, that's fair. That's $400. You kind of don't want to drop $400 and not use a hotel at all. Would I be able to take a train out there and come back? I'm sorry your dog is ill, and the last thing I would want you to do is get you to, I think he meant to, abandon your dog, seeing as how you're the only one who can take care of them. You mentioned you'd like me to swing out by your place one of these days. I'm here, so maybe that could be tomorrow, depending. As for getting a whole separate hotel, I just don't think that's a good use of money. I mean, he's right. You spent $400. You booked this entire trip in this ticket. It is last minute, but you would be out $400 if it was like a couple days stay in the hotel, like a day stay in the hotel. You know, like, yeah, I'd be out one day, but it wouldn't be that bad. And it kind of sounds like she wants him to just change hotels altogether. And I don't know what maybe his last minute cancellation plans are, or amenity fees that would arrive from that. So honestly, like what he's saying makes sense. I still have to head back to Cambridge on Monday as well, regardless, to monitor the ear properly. It really sucks. My dog got sick, but it requires very thorough cleaning only I can do. Is your mother not able to do this? Logical question. Sorry if I'm coming across rude. It's just I just spent 20 hours in transit, and I genuinely don't know if I'm gonna be seeing you at all for the next couple days. It just sucks. And again, one of the big reasons he came out here, like, the excuse, honestly, is, hey, here's AEW, but he wanted to come out here to see her. If you start putting that out there, it's like, yeah, it would suck, you know? I just traveled all this way, spent all this money. Yeah, I get to go see wrestling, but I really want to hang out with the girl that I love. Like, again, nothing here seems untoward or out of the ordinary. And it does seem a little weird that your mom or any family member can't, like, help out with your dog. Like, that doesn't seem like a hard thing to do. Let's see. No one in the house can do it, and if we F it up, the dog will have to have surgery. I'm so incredibly stressed by this whole situation. I've been sick all morning and in a mental health crisis. It's rough, man. Well, just keep me up to date and the best you can, I guess. I won't lie, I'm really depressed. I'm not gonna see you for over half this trip that I made to spend time with you. And I mean, he's not even from the area, so he's gonna be stranded in London if you actually think about it. I'm not trying to guilt trip you here. It's just I don't really know what I'm supposed to do aside from just putting a smile on my face. And I'll be honest, I don't understand why someone in your house can't handle it, but that's me being bitchy. I don't know the full story, so I can't judge. Bro's being kind of, you know, nice about it. He's being really respectful about all this, so I'm not like he's letting know, like he's coming off with his own like point of view. Like I get that this sounds bitchy, unfair, and everything like that, but if you sit down and you think about it all, like he's being really deferential towards her. He's like explaining how he's feeling in this moment, talking about it. It is a sucky situation, but at the same time, like some things just aren't making sense, even as a layman looking in, especially with the other reveal that we're about to get to, hopefully. Like 2 and 2 ain't adding up to 4, in my personal opinion here. Like you have family, and you have something else that could easily kind of help you out in this whole mess when you sit down and think about it. If you're just honestly nervous about actually hanging out, I understand, but this really sucks because I powered through a lot of negative stuff to get here. I just spent 20 hours on some of the most bumpy plane flights of my life, and I took a ton of drugs to get through it just so I can see you. That's why you drink, so you sleep the whole way. It works every time. I offered you a way to see me tomorrow, but you don't want to because of the hotel room. I'm genuinely not far off ending up in hospital from how stressed from all this I'm getting. I have to look after my dog. I'm trying to give us ways we can see each other where I can look after my dog and I don't end up in the hospital, but it's gotta take a little give here. Again, somewhat of a fair point there. She is dealing with her dog. She has her own issues going on. Yeah, I was taking a lot of his side in that situation. I'll be fair. But the more I sit here and think about it, the more I'm like, it's just a shitty situation all around. He has all this stuff to deal with, but then at the same time, she has a lot of other crazy stuff going on. It's just an awful situation. Why are you the only one who can administer medicine to your dog? You told me that you probably going to be busy today, and I accepted that, but now it's changed to busy tomorrow as well, and I have to go out to see you if I want to see you, and the only time you can come out now is the 3rd day too, but only at night, and then you have to go back to your place immediately on Monday. That's only 4 days of my trip to see you. Unable to I understand that you're stressed, but right now I'm really depressed and disappointed. I spent a lot of money and time to come out here. Like, the more I look at this situation, the only thing that comes to mind is it's an awful situation. Granted, I don't really feel like she's being 100% honest here, especially with the... Oh, I just lagged up there. Especially with the little bit of information I'm already predisposed to in regards to this, that I'll just spoil it. She has an attendant. She has an attendant to help her out with stuff as well. So she has her mom and she has an attendant. Something ain't adding up, and he doesn't find out about the attendant for a little while. And granted, by this time, they've been talking to each other for about 8 years, maybe 9 years, something like that. Didn't know about the attendant. So yeah, something ain't adding up right. Dude, I get that, but my dog is sick. I'm the one trained to care for it. My mental health is at the point I'm going to harm myself, and I don't want to do that. But I don't know what to do here. I'm sat in a park crying, trying not to end up in the hospital. I told you I have issues spending nights away from my house, and we booked 7 in London when I wish you could have asked if that was cool. I'm willing to pay for the Cambridge nights so we can see each other and I'm not just in panic state. But my mental health needs are incredibly difficult to manage. And in London, I have no car, no pets, no carer, no way to be looked after when the panic hits. You'll be with me. I'm sorry, did you think I was just gonna completely ignore you the whole time? We're hanging out or something. No, I just don't want you to see the shittiest version of me that I can't control. I want you to have a nice visit, not deal with me crying, hyperventilating, and such. I'm prepared for that, but I seriously don't think the right way of managing that is to literally barely see me while I'm here. then come to Cambridge. Tomorrow, let me calm down around you and see that it's okay to go to London for a bit. To be honest, I'd probably go to Cambridge by then, just to get it over with. That's what I need from you. Okay, but will you be coming back with me to the hotel that night? If I give you the money for the hotel and buy you a hotel, can we stay in Cambridge and go London Saturday? But are you still gonna leave Monday and go back home for the rest of my trip? You said you'd come with me Monday. That hasn't changed. I'll need to check on my animals. I really can't stress to you enough just how bad my mental health is. I'm literally in the middle of a park freaking out in the rain because I'm genuinely scared I'm gonna harm myself. I don't want you having to deal with that side of me. I can't spend all those days in London. I mentally can't do it. I'm at a breaking point here, dude, and it's terrifying. I said I'd be willing to pop out to your home for a day. I didn't know you meant for the rest of the trip. Just to my hotel. Just to my hotel. I was only hoping Monday. Monday, Tuesday. Sorry if I'm not being empathetic or nothing in this situation. I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'd pay for it all. You have to pay to be at your home. I'd get us a hotel so we have our own space. Then you wouldn't be able to look after your dog, though. I'm confused. And I'm also confused. Like, something's not adding up. You can't, you're scared to be away, okay? That's understanding, but it feels like you don't really want to see him. And you're trying to find excuses and reasons as to not do this. I can drive home to administer medication. In Cambridge, I have my car. I don't in London. Would you want to bring your car to London? God, no. London driving is awful. Plus, ULEZ costs way too much. Actually, that's true. That's true. I need you to work with me and my mental health needs to make this trip work for us because I don't think you realize how bad this gets for me in a panic state. Here's a serious question, okay? And I'm going to pose this to the chat, to people watching this. Why didn't she bring any of this up beforehand? Not the dog, okay? The dog's out of the question, okay? The dog just happened. But all of her other issues, why didn't she bring that up beforehand when he was booking the trip, making the trip? He probably could have helped, like, move stuff around. You knew it was coming up. Why didn't you bring any of that up prior to all this? Like, he probably could have worked with you then. And I'm like, both sides right now, it's obviously a difficult situation. They're both on edge. One's just traveled 20 hours on edge and everything. One's having a mental moment. But why didn't you bring any of this up prior to him actually getting there? Like, he probably could have made arrangements so that he does go to Cambridge versus London the entire time. And it's already starting to sound like you are, like, purposely changing events and making it harder and harder for him to actually engage with you. Give me a few to process all this. Okay, but I need to know some assurance about the rest of this trip. If I come out tomorrow and you come back with me to London, you're still gonna be leaving on Monday and I won't be seeing you for the rest of the week. I can see if I can try and get out of my hotel here, if I can. Just come back to Cambridge with me on Monday and spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with me in Cambridge. If I can get out of my hotel, then yes, I will. Otherwise, I'm literally blowing $1,700. You were talking about how you wanted to go to the museum and stuff, so I assumed you were completely down for this. I can't do 7 nights away from home. I never have. I have 24/7 live-in care. That's how bad my mental health is. Normally, I can do the short trips because I have a career with carer with me. I really wish you had told me this weeks ago. Who's your carer? Your mom? Jimmy. Didn't even know about the carer. Jimmy. Didn't know about this person who was supposed to help her out, who's a live-in individual. So now there's a third individual involved in this. By the way, this person, okay, they've known each other for 9 years at this point in time, 8 years, one of the two. You didn't know about the carer. How long have you guys been talking on and off? How did she make it over? Like, did you go to London for this wedding, or did she go to Canada for the wedding, or did you guys go to another country for the wedding? Like, how long has she had this carer? Because there's things here just not clicking. When you throw the carer in and you recognize that, hey, she went to a wedding at one point in time, she went all over the place. Where was the carer during that moment? Did she have him yet, or was he just not there? Like, I'm poking holes in all this because that's something that I'm supposed to do here. But at the same time, like, things just aren't adding up, and it does seem like you're trying not to see him after he spent all this money to come see you. What is your relationship with him? He's my carer. His job is to look after me. He's paid by the government. Do you feel comfortable being in a romantic setting with me? Nervous as hell about it, but that's PTSD. Is that what is causing you, causing a lot of this? I'm having a decent night, Chris. I imagine PTSD is triggering a lot of today's non-stop attack, but also the night panics, the being away from home for so long. And I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. I'm trying to say this with as much loving kindness as I can. It just feels like there's tons of excuses right now that the dog being sick, I think. Yeah, the dog being sick, needing to be near your carer, all this stuff. And I say this with love, and please know I don't say this cruelly. As long as I've known you, one of your animals has always been sick at some point. The hotel cancellation policy is pay one night stay. Well, wait. So he's bringing this up, and then okay. That feels like a change in topic. Well, no, I don't think I can get out of paying $1,700 for my booking. I can try, but I don't know if I can get the money back. Before I left my trip, I really needed you to be more clear with me about your mental limits. It would have fundamentally changed how I booked my hotel. I'm not opposed to being in Cambridge. See if you can, and see if we can move the mainstay location to Cambridge. If not, I'll work my ass off and pay you back the money. You see, he's bringing up stuff, and you're not wanting to tackle said stuff. He's bringing up, actual conversations, and you're moving it over to the money, moving it over to moving the hotel, moving like something here ain't adding up. It's not passing my sniff test and my stomach test, Like, the problem is, I came here for the this big event near Wembley and bought my tickets for it, And I was looking forward to just checking out different parts of London with you. Because I'm also a tourist and I know nobody here. I'm actually really nervous because of all these things. I can't, babe. That's not how this works. I booked through Hotels.com, not through the hotel itself. I will pay you back any money you lose, but I'm sorry, I can't do 7 nights in London. I don't feel at any point I was really asked if that was cool. I genuinely didn't think something like that would be an issue for you, seeing as how it's only an hour and a half away. I tried calling. Can you please call back? Shit, sorry, I was walking back from the park, taking an Uber to King's Cross Station. You need to get to a train from there to Cambridge North. 2 things. If you want to take the train back with me, we can do that. But apparently I also have a free parking space with my hotel room. Let me know when you're on a train and we can hit Cambridge. Don't get off at Cambridge, though. It's the stop after called Cambridge North. I'm not at the station yet. It's rush hour right now. Rush hour. Do I need a ticket to Cambridge North? Yes. Do you have a train line app? No. Wait, I'll buy you a ticket and send you the code to scan. Okay, I'm at the station. Oh, that's a nice looking station. There's the ticket. Here's a ticket. You want the 640 train, also known as 1839 train to Kingsland. Okay, I'm through and I'm waiting for the cars to be attached for the Cambridge line. I have to get on the front ones that have yet to attach. You got this. Welcome to English trains. My phone is at 37%, so I'm gonna be keeping it on low while I saw some of the stuff out. But I'll keep you in contact all the same. I won't be surfing on my phone at all. To return, we have options though. Yeah, babe, I told you I'd be willing to do this, so thank you for getting me my tickets and sorting out the headache. I just gotta wait for these attachment trains to show up. Honestly, I probably would have pushed back a little harder, but hey, that's just me. Seems like it's working out. Seems like it's actually going in her favor. Don't really see the problems arising, okay? Other than her really not wanting to engage with him. Like, after obviously showing off that she liked him. The train app says your train changed to platform 8. The staff all reported me in the right direction. Oh, pointed me in the right direction. Good job, train staff. I asked someone where I was supposed to go, and she pointed to the number 8. Already, she had me go to the front and not get the actual back, but the ones at the front, because the back train will detach when we get to Cambridge, and the front trains will go to Cambridge North. That's so wild. I've never had the trains. Yeah. Okay, trains. Yeah, we can just grab a train back because, okay, going back to London. Can we have food before? Honestly, best shot at food is waiting till we get back to King's Cross. I can pick you up a snack from the shop if you want. Train's moving. How long is the train? Hour and a half? An hour. Can we grab me a snack and a bottle of water? Yeah, what snack do you want? Sandwich or wrap or something. What kind of sandwich? I don't know what you eat. Anything with salami. Wow, salami. Okay. Otherwise, surprise me. I had to go with surprise me. What's the app? Trains line. Okay, smooth. Royce. Okay, decent. A stop called Cambridge. Okay, Cambridge. Yeah. How far am I now, would you say? When we reach Cambridge, like 5 minutes. Cambridge gonna be a bit here, though, as they detach. See you soon. Am at Cambridge North. Okay, you moved yet? Cambridge North. Meet you in the lobby. Upstairs, yeah. Okay, continued in museum plus day after. Okay. Well, we got that. Jeez, this is fun, guys. But as we continued to talk about this, she kept saying that she was just afraid of coming to London because it was far from her bubble. Sorry, I had a sneeze. And was asking me to come out instead. She pivoted and stated that she couldn't come out for the full allotment of days that she had agreed to, and was pushing hard that I come out to get a hotel in her hometown and visit her instead. I had known EJ and been in love with her for years, and I thought, bubble. Nerves were the only issue here. I didn't expect them to be a real problem. At the stage, I had no reason to realize that her fear of being away from home was as severe as, in fact, it was. I was worried about disappointment. I had just traveled 20 hours from British Columbia to be with her, and this had been planned and agreed upon for months. But now it was beginning to seem as though she was making excuses, including her animals, as a reason to not hang out with me. After a long text conversation, we called one another and spoke on the phone at length. She said she was simply anxious about leaving her bubble and traveling by herself. She suggested I might book another hotel close to her at home. Okay. Express reluctance in the money. Okay. Push. Okay. being spent. It was only an hour away. We mutually agreed for her to come out that night, and I traveled to pick her up to alleviate maybe any fear of her traveling by herself. She said she appreciated the gesture, and she even paid for the train ticket, but for me to travel out to where she was, purchase tickets for train. But when we met, she seemed a little different, person, and I attributed this to her anxiety about traveling. She didn't even smile. This was not the person I knew before, who I had met at the convention or the wedding. This felt like a different reality. I'm just gonna look this because it does say purchasing train tickets, but I feel like we just read through a lot of this. Sorry. Yeah, this looks like stuff we already went through in regards to the entire train. So, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's the same stuff we already read. He merged it together in two separate parts. Okay. Where was I? Okay, right here. We chatted during the ride back, and I thanked her for coming out. At no point during our travel or in the hotel room did she suggest she was apprehensive about intimacy with me. When we got to the hotel room, she said she wasn't in the right headspace yet, but now that the travel was over, she would chill out. She had said that once the travel concluded, her anxiety would calm down, and that once the travel was over, she would chill out. We went and got snacks at the store around the corner and returned to the hotel room to watch TV together. I did not press her in any way. We sometimes held hands in the bed together. I fell asleep as I was exhausted from having traveled for over 24 hours. At some point, she woke me up with her hand full of unknown pills and joked that she had to take these to live. But I did not know what these meds were or why she was taking them, and she did not tell me. And that's actually relevant. Okay. And the reason this is actually relevant, by the way, shout out to you, Chris, for the subscription, is let's go back over real quick to what Alicia said. Okay, and I want to say it was right here. Yep, right here. Taka told me in a call he had sex with a woman who was under sedative. She has a 24/7 caretaker because she mentally can't take care of herself. Her mother handed her off to him when he came to her, trusting him with her care. Earlier that day, she said she wanted to off herself. She cried on the train ride with him. When she got to the hotel, she took a lot of pills in front of him. He himself stated he saw her take the pills, which he's confirming he saw, but he did not know what said pills were. So if you're trying to use that as like a weapon against him, obviously, again, glitching up on freaking OBS, obviously that's not really going to work out that well. There's more to the story than meets the eye, and it kind of seems like somebody's been going around saying a lot of BS. Gradually into the night, we grew closer and more intimate. She didn't betray a sense of being uncomfortable. Betray? Okay. With being intimate. I asked for consent for every sexual act, and she gave me consent. 3 separate consents for 3 separate acts. Good to know. During the intimate acts, things were said that conveyed to me that everything was fine and there was nothing to worry about. God damn. It feels like nowadays you gotta have like notarized, signed, stated contracts for anything you have to do, or else this is gonna happen to you. Or else somebody's gonna accuse you of doing untoward things. I fell asleep afterwards. I'm not sure when she fell asleep. The following morning, she woke me up and said she wanted to go home towards the end of the day and return on a different day because being away from home had been more of a trial than she expected. However, she impressed upon me that she still wanted to go to the British Museum before she left. I told her I appreciate her coming out all the same, and I understood due to how clearly anxious she had been. I didn't pressure her to stay. That day, we went to the British Museum, and as this was the activity she truly wanted to do, and we had talked about the most. She left the British Museum to head home via a train after we checked some stuff out. Museum Day PDF. I'll pull this up after I finish this sentence. I went my separate direction. She had left her travel suitcase and several other items in the room, and she, as she told me earlier, she would come back for them later. Okay, well, let's just check this out real quick. I thought this was gonna be a faster one. Made it to the underground. Okay. I'm glad. Thank you for telling me. Nervous. On the tube, almost at King's Cross. Okay, thank you for today. Sex, drugs, British Museum. Well, that's a nice little pic. I don't want to share that because I don't know how much of her personal self is out there. I've seen some pictures. I just don't want to share like a full face reveal. Okay, just to be fair, just to be safe. I don't know what all is out there. I don't want to, you know, show too much. I know he put it in here. I'm just being a little bit more cautious, probably too cautious to be truthful here. Safely on the train home. Have a good night with your friendo. We're getting food. Did you get to the train? I plan to the best I can. Yeah, I got to the train. I'm like 40 mins out of Cambridge. I'll let you know when I get home if you want, but you can trust I'm all safe. Thanks, babe. Had fun at the museum. Thanks for letting me indulge my morbid side. I'm really glad we got to check out actual mummies. Yeah, those things are hella cool. You see, just bringing this up, okay, again, this is completely different than what we were just reading when it was all about, you know, hey, can you come out to Cambridge? Can you do this? Can you do that? This feels like a completely different person now that I'm reading this. Like two different people came out in these moments. Throughout these DMs, we've seen two different sides of her. And it's a little weird, to say the least. Truthfully, I really like the disease through time chunk. Diseases through time chunk. Ah, you're so goth. Stuff's fascinating. I had to climb down 175 steps to get to the underground. I wore the wrong shoes. Fuck. I'm glad you are sitting down. Yeah, almost in Cambridge. See the train to Cambridge to London and such kind of fast. Cambridge, yay. Glad you are home, babe. Just got in. Glad. Got back to the hotel. Going to a friend hotel with him to hang out for a bit tonight. Feeling okay? Went on a hunt for pizza. I'm starving after all that walking and travel. I walked to Wembley from friend's Airbnb. How's the pup? How was it? Doggo was okay. I gave him chicken. Oh, well, that's nice. Had fun. Went for coffee as really good Chinese food as well. Ooh, gonna have a nice shower. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Appreciate you powering through your anxiety to spend time with me. And I'm sorry I put you through this. I really do not feel good about how I managed to plan this trip. It was very foolish of me to plan the way I did. And for that, I am incredibly sorry for my selfishness. I'm pausing for one logical reason, okay? We have been shown so far through those previous text messages that he was not being kind. Now he's actually apologizing. He sided with her. He went through everything. He's been part of this. You know, they had that pitter patter about where you're going to stay, Cambridge, blah, 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 blah. He's apologizing for it and admitting, hey, I screwed up. I was being selfish. Yeah. This seems like a good dude here. Well, kind of being like a decent guy, and yet people said that he did awful things. Like, I'm reading through these, and I'm like, I'm not seeing the bad. Like, I'm not seeing where he's done wrong at all. Like, none of this feels the way that people were trying to imply it was, and justify cutting him off and trying to imply that he was a offender of some sort. And remember, Adora even said, like, he did this. He did all this. This was an Adora post, okay? And I'm being very careful right there because it started going to my For You page, and you guys don't need to see that. Where did I leave off? Oh, right here. Really do not feel selfish. I'm happy you're in a good place. What? Okay. Apologies for the spam. I'm just very much in my head tonight. I appreciate you reading my message, and if you want to talk tonight, I'm here, and I would like to talk. Sorry, I was mid-unite game. I'm not really sure what I meant to say. I didn't know how hard it would be for me, but it's rough, you know? I think my mental health issues are way too well hidden, but they are nasty. I appreciate you messaging me. I appreciate you and everything you were willing to power through, and I'm sorry for not communicating better with you before this trip. I myself from prone to depressive episodes, and unfortunately I'm hitting one right now. I'm really sorry to hear that. I really want you to have a nice trip, but you're also not gonna have that if I'm like crying the whole time. My roommate and me are willing to pay for the hotel for Monday and Tuesday if you still want if you still want to hang Cambridge Way. I won't charge you a couple of months for the VOD channel to cover the loss of the hotel. Well, I mean, at least she's not charging you. Could be a better way to, you know, pay him back with actual cash, but whatever. I'm open to it. Thank you for being willing to find a workaround. Do you still want to come out to the event? I don't want you to foot the whole bill. This is also on me not communicating with you properly. Bro's being an upstanding dude right here. This is actually like a decent dude right here, even if I might disagree with some of his ways of doing this. Like, I'm not even seeing like the negative sides of any of this stuff. All I'm seeing is a decent human being. Maybe a little stupid, but let's keep this moving. Yeah, okay. I'll come back Sunday morning for the event. I think I can manage one night in London for the wrestling show. And then I go back with you Monday and stay till my flight. Yeah, you can do, or you can head to London on Wednesday night if you want. Let me double check when my flight is. I'll head out Wednesday night by train and spend one more night here. My flight is at 2 p.m. in the afternoon on Thursday. Sounds like a plan. Whereabouts do you think I could stay? There's a hotel 10 minutes drive away from my house. You do feel comfortable having me close? They ain't fancy, but they do the job of giving you a bed. Being able to drive between hotel and house gives me the option of easily crashing wherever I feel comfortable. I'll sort it out with my roommate, Griff, when he wakes up tomorrow. Wait, okay, so side note. We now have a roommate mixed in. Okay, and I didn't pick this up sooner. I probably should have. So, you have a roommate named Griff. You have your mom. And you have the attendant. None of these three people could have helped with the dog. None of them. Not a single one, bros. Not a single one could have helped take care of the doggo. Make any of that make sense. Seriously, make any of that situation make sense at all. What does Griff think? I don't know, because Griff is a new person. We had Jimmy, we had the mom, and now we have Griff. Jesus, I'm the one looking, you know, this is obviously armchair quarterback, you know, Monday night quarterbacking, whatever you want to say. I'm looking at this and like, why couldn't Griff help take care of the doggo. Where does Jimmy stay? If he's your 24/7 attendant, where does he stay? Do you have a house? I'm so lost. You do feel comfortable having me be near you though, right? I'm fine with like hugs, just not like lots of them. Continue being friends. Okay. So this is gonna be continued in another part. Okay. The next day she sent an ambiguous breakup message expanding upon her text from the previous day. This was a shock to me, and I was heartbroken to my core. However, I felt the romantic split was amicable and was hopeful that our long-standing friendship was still strong. You weren't good in the sack. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, I have to put some sort of humor in all this. I mean, it's not good. Like, everything I'm reading here is not good, and she just randomly broke up with him after this whole thing. Like, nothing's making sense here. Despite being thoroughly devastated, I told her that I understood and respected where she was coming from. She appreciated this and told me she still wanted me to come visit her at her hometown during my trip. Otherwise, it's just gonna be bleak. Yeah, I have to have some sort of humor, or otherwise it's just bleak. Like, I don't mean to be mean to Takahata here, but when I look at the timeline, it's like, well, you guys had boing. You guys had pa. You know, you did the dirty, and then she broke up with you. You just weren't good in the sack. That's a sad thing. That's a sad reality. I'm sorry, buddy. It's okay. We've all been there. You know, it's not that bad. Understood and respected. She appreciated this and told me she still wanted me to come visit her at her hometown during my trip. Clarifying friendship PDF. Oh, God. I'm getting tired of reading through all these DMs. I really am. How's your night going? I'll be real. I'm watching the Barbie movie with my fam XD. Okay, you should have broken up with her. Too pink, LMFAO. Yes, but also stupid fun, so I can dig it. It is. How's hanging with your friend going? Good. Having tea and gonna go to a pub later for a bit. Not drinking though. Sorry. So, like, I just want to clear this up tonight before I head to London tomorrow, in case you decide you don't want me to come. But, like, I'm heading back to London as a friend. I just want to be friendo hang. Friendo hang out. Get to know you as a friend. I know that might suck for you, but I realize I really have to know people as a friend to get comfortable with them. So no like intimacy or such, or touching me all the time. And that I know that might be upsetting for you, but I really just want to be friends. So if you don't want me to come to wrestling with you, that's fine. But I just really want to clear this up and have you understand where I'm at. I'm sorry for any upset this might cause. Bruh, that's kind of low. That's kind of low. You guys known each other for like 9 years at this point in time. You definitely were friends. You definitely were close. You've hung out together at least a couple times prior to this. You obviously cared about each other and knew each other like all this. So you're now friend zoning him after he boinked you. I do feel like it's because he was lame in the sack, but this doesn't really feel natural. It feels like you got what you wanted and then you wanted to throw him aside. That's what it's kind of feeling like right there. Especially when we consider some of the other things that this chick ended up doing after the fact. Like, there's stuff here that I'm reading through that it's like, nah, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense, especially with what he's been going on when we double check and realize there was police reports of harm done. So yeah, things aren't really adding up here. I appreciate you telling me directly, as this was what I was assuming from what you had said last night. I respect where you are coming from, and I want you to know. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Thought I could beat there in time. I respect where you are coming from, and I want you to know that I understand. hate allergy season. So you already saw this coming. You already saw this coming. That kind of sucks. I'm super glad you understand, and I know that this isn't exactly what you, we're hoping for. I understand that if you don't want me to come for the wrestling, and respect you might want space, for me. Apologize for my part of this miscommunication, and I'm so sorry that my me visiting was brought up so much unexpected things. I know this hasn't been easy on you, and I feel terrible about that. I hope you do not think less of me because of this. You're still a good friend. Don't worry, I don't hate you or anything. I want to make this not as rough for you, but you know me, I'm not one to bullish, I'm pretty blunt. So, okay. I'm reading through all this, okay? I'm reading through all this. And she filed a report of wrongdoing, of SA. I'm reading through all this. I'm like, but if he SA'd you, wouldn't you have, like, not wanted to do all this? Like, the whole friend thing, like, just be friends and do all that. Like, something here ain't clicking. Something here ain't clicking right. And this does not seem like appropriate behavior, in my personal opinion. Oh, Lord, I hate my allergies. Sorry, I'm on the way back to my hotel right now. You absolutely need to get your stuff, ha ha ha. Are you comfortable going to the wrestling event? If you want me there, yeah, I'm down to hang out. Like, it's totally fine to hang out. You're still welcome to come to Cambridge as well. Can you give me a few to respond? Need to take a shower. If you want to come out to the event and hang out with me and see it, that would be cool. Though I don't want you to feel forced to spend the night at the hotel if you want to head home after the event. As for Cambridge, I think I need to think about it, as this has all been an incredibly large amount for me to emotionally process properly. Do you know what time the event ends? I believe it ends around 9:30 to 10. Trains are uber sucky tomorrow, so I think maybe it's best I don't go and just come collect my stuff Monday when trains are back to normal. Trains legit only go to Tottenham, Hale, and then I'd have to do 36 underground with multiple switches to get to you, which I really don't think I could do alone with luggage to make the train home. I completely understand, and we can make that work. Legit, there isn't enough time to get from Wembley to the train station. I wouldn't miss the last train home. I don't know why, but tomorrow there are no trains direct to King's Cross. Okay. It will take me 4 hours tomorrow just to get to you. It's probably because it's Sunday. Yeah, it doesn't usually do this. Like 4 hours just to get to hotel is nuts. This is actually cursed. Do the trains sort themselves out on Monday? They do, yeah, hence why I can collect my stuff Monday. But trains being fine Monday doesn't change 3-hour trip to get to you tomorrow and having to do 36 underground stops alone. I was literally terrified just going to the one stop from the museum to King's Cross. Wasn't it only 12 to get to the museum, and you were able to take a train back to King's Cross? That was only one stop. I'm not familiar with the routes, so I don't fully know the way they angle. I don't even ride on trains. I live in rural Kansas. I drive everywhere, and I ride a horse. Yeah, this all feels weird to me, to be honest with you. Oh, lordy. Let's see. The music. It is weird still being polite and still inviting person to visit who allegedly does bad juju to you. Yeah. Allegedly, this guy did so bad that you filed a report. And again, I'm planning on trying to get to her statement because she did come out and make a statement. I'm reading all this. I don't see anything. Like, stuff isn't clicking to me. And I don't want to hear any of the people go like, well, she realized later after the fact that he did the harm and did the bad. It's like, but none of this is clicking. None of this makes sense. This all seems like bullcrap. Everything here seems like bullcrap, and none of this seems like actual justification to completely cut him off. And I'm gonna say it again. I might disagree with Bo right here on most of the things that she says and probably talks about and what she supports and stuff like that. I probably disagree all day and night with her. She's a real friend in this regard. Like, I'm gonna be honest here. I think Alicia did him dirty. I think Alicia did him really dirty in all this. I think everybody did him completely dirty outside of Bo. Because the more I'm reading this, the more I'm like, bro, he didn't do anything. Was it only 12? The museum, this is 36. Okay, we're having all this. But we took the train. Okay, I don't really give a shit about trains, okay? I'm gonna be honest. Sorry, I'm just a little bit confused right now. Right, trains no-go from Cambridge to King's Cross tomorrow. You have to get off at Tottenham. I don't even give a crap. Okay, trains don't run the normal way. Okay, wait, it's closed because we left from here and we went on a straight route. Okay, yeah, this is all just more train nonsense. Trains. Okay, I'm done. I'm done talking about trains. I'm tired of trains. Okay? Then we talked about her coming to AEW show, and I asked her if she was comfortable still doing so. Well, she started that, but yeah, you did do that. We went back and forth, and she said that she was worried about getting home in time. I had already said that I did not in any way expect her to stay the night, as being away from home would be causing undue stress. I told her I was willing to leave the show early to help her get her train back. I was adamant the whole time that I did not want her to do anything she wasn't comfortable with, and I did not want her to feel obligated, as her anxiety was now clearly debilitating. There we go. I had the word, I just couldn't say it. The next day, in the early afternoon, she arrived at the hotel with one of her roommates / carers. I was happy with this because it helped her anxiety. We decided that she would pack up her stuff and we would leave it with the front desk and she could grab it on the way out later in the evening. We all went out to the wrestling event, but when we got to the stadium, there was a fair crowd of people, and I could tell she was starting to get really nervous. So I asked her if she honestly felt comfortable going to show at all, just as I had asked her many times leading up to this. She replied that there were too many people and she needed to go home. I was naturally disappointed, but did not take it personally, as her anxiety was clearly overwhelming. So she left with her friend, who would wait nearby till she wanted to head home, so she would have someone to travel with. I saw the show alone. Well, that's sad, actually. Sad. Okay, so this is her talking about leaving. So, okay. Like, at that point, I'd just watch the show, then head back to your hotel, grab myself, and order an Uber. It's about what I would pay on your hotels at Cambridge. But I sort of need to sort this out relatively soon because I'd have to get an early train to get to you with enough time to get ready. Would you feel comfortable doing that? Do you want me to the wrestling show? Only if you actually... Okay, I get it. Okay, this is all about going to the show. And again, I'm gonna reiterate, he's being very cordial to her. She's being very cordial to her, working with her, and trying to help her out. And I'm sorry if I don't want to read through any more of these things where it's like, hey, we're gonna power through. Just text me while I'm in the Uber. Okay, this is all him making sure she's either getting home perfectly fine, getting there perfectly fine. He's doing everything that is like, being a good friend. Like, I'm not seeing anything bad here. And I'm sorry for having to skip through this. I'm getting a little tired reading a lot of this stuff. VIP boxes. Okay, so this is all about the show. Okay, I'm kind of getting tired of it. An original attachment, leaving wrestling event PDF. Okay, I don't really care. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving forward from this because this is all about the show and stuff like that. But throughout all of this, EJ had been inviting me to spend time in her hometown, and she said that she and her roommates were willing to pay for a hotel there. Attachment, invite to home PDF, which we've already seen a lot of. Had the events of our night together been as she later claimed, this enthusiasm to meet again would have been a complete contradiction, but by this point I wasn't sure I wanted to visit her home, given how much she had pulled me back on our plans already. So I told her that I would think about it. And we were already seeing that she was talking about him coming back and doing all that stuff, so I'm not really interested in reading more of that. But throughout all of this, EJ had been invited. Oh, okay, we already read all that. Yeah. Wait, did I already read that? Yeah, I already read that. So the next day after AEW All In, I asked her to remind me about the plan for me going to her hometown. She said yet again that she would like me to visit, but now since it was past Monday, the plans would need a change. We would not be seeing her friends and animals. Instead, she would visit historical sites there with me one-on-one. Attachment going, okay. At this point, heartbroken and depressed, I did not feel comfortable hanging out one-on-one with her. I decided to go home back to British Columbia and cut my trip short. Choice to return to Canada. I'm willing to just believe you on this one. I'm sorry. I'm just tired of reading through all these DMs. EJ seemed supportive and encouraged me to do what was best for my mental health. Here, I'll just open this up and skim this real quick. I'm not trying to be safe. So you wouldn't want me to your place at all. So sorry. So you wouldn't want me at your place at all. No, I mean, like, don't get the latest train possible. Sorry, I should have prefaced this that I said better. What I said better. Like, leave a few trains before the last one out of Cambridge runs. Do you still want me to meet your pets and everything? Can we put a pin in this till later? I'm just heading out to hang with friends and gotta drive. Okay. I was referring to you mentioning yesterday, the other day, the part of coming out. Okay, yeah. Friends, there's a lot. Cambridge. I feel okay. Yeah, I'm just skimming this. I feel as though our initial plans to hang out with each other and do more together switch. Therefore, I'm missing home badly, and I am disconnected from my own bubble. So as exciting as it was to meet up and see some cool things in London, I'm afraid I might have to cut my trip short for my mental health reasons, as I'm dealing. Okay, that's totally fair. Again, nothing here seems bad. Nothing here seems bad. This all seems upright. But once I arrived back at home, I was horrified to receive a message from her accusing me of sexual misconduct since she had been sedated and could not give consent. What? How old are these people? Says Weasel. I think they're in their 30s. They're obviously millennials. We read through all of this. Well, most of this. Seeing a lot of DMs of her saying, hey, come with me. Do this. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do this. And now it's sexual misconduct? What? And could not give consent. I was shocked as I never knew she was sedated. She had told me that she needed the pills to live. I thought she was exhausted, as I had been. I did not think she was intoxicated, let alone incapable of giving consent. Okay, I want to read through these. That's totally fair. Do what you need. There's no... this is all fine. Hey, I know you're probably still super stressed out from the trip and everything, but because I know I'm still recovering and I'm going to be for a long while, but I really need to talk about something. 1. I do not wish to work on your VODs channel any longer, so please take this as myself and Jimmy resigning effective immediately. Yes, Adam, shut up. I request you remove me as a channel manager from your YouTubes and as moderator from your Twitch. I won't be doing any work for you going forward, as I simply am not comfortable. 2. This is the big one. What happened Thursday really wasn't okay, and I genuinely need to know what that you understand that your actions weren't okay. I'm talking to you about this because we used to be friends, so I'm giving you a chance to do what little you can to take accountability here. I was not in a good headspace, and you knew that. I was drugged up on sedatives for my panic attack, on a strong sleeping med, and had mentioned multiple times that I wanted to be friends, but you told me I hadn't just led you on, and had I kept making advances the entire night and pushed for sex. Whether you think you weren't pushing or not, I was not in a headspace where I could consent properly. You should never have tried anything on with me that day, but you did. This is entirely different than what we've been reading this entire time. We have been reading DM after DM after DM of her saying, no, we come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, hang out with me, hang out with me, hang out with me, do this, do this, do this. Hey, I want to come here, I want to come here. You know what? I want to leave, I want to leave. I want to do this. Hey, you want to come here? Hey, we'll do this 101. We'll do this 101. Where the fuck did this come from? Why does it seem like all these people are always sex pests? The thing is, Adam, sex pests came out of nowhere in this regard. This just slapped me in the face. I feel like I just got whiplash. What the fuck? I'm dying inside right now reading through this, because 1 minute there's Adam. There's a lot of sexual DMs back and forth with these people. There's a lot of comments here that literally go like, hey, I can't wait to have you inside me. I can't wait for it. There's all sorts of stuff. There's entire movements of, hey, come here, come here, come here, come here. Do this for me, do this for me, do this for me. Hey, you know what? We're going to be friends from now on. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. All of a sudden, sex pestery. Nah, bullshit. I've been holding off on saying this, okay? Because I've already read through, I already heard some of this stuff prior to this, and I saw what she put out, or I skimmed through what she put out. I haven't read through it entirely. I'm convinced this is a BPD chick. Bipolar disorder. With my expert dumbassery on the interwebs, this really feels like a chick that just wanted to play around with him as much as possible, and then after the fact was like, you know what, you were lame in the sack, I'm gonna withdraw all the consent I have and make up some big excuse and try to ruin your life. Like, none of this feels natural. Is this Amber Heard situation again? I'm not gonna say it's an Amber Heard situation, mainly because this dude's been like keeping it above board, but it does feel like somebody wanted to try to Amber Heard him. I will say that. And again, I'm trying to be as fair as possible, but like, I just got whiplash all of a sudden, and this feels like it came out of nowhere. I was actually getting bored reading these DMs, but once I heard what she allegedly, all this stuff, it's like, okay, I want to read this, and now I'm like, what the fuck? We were reading through train documents, train scheduling, and now it's, hey, you sex pested me. Bullshit. It doesn't matter if we had been sexual via text. In person, you should have respected me and my boundaries. I've spoken to my therapist and support groups, and I know it wasn't okay. Believe me, I blamed myself for a while, but I know that that's just wrong. Is Griff okay? You're right, Legend. Where's Griff in all this? It was messed up. Here, I want to see. Okay, it was messed up, and it's why I can't be your friend right now. I can't leave you thinking that was okay, because I don't want you doing and hurting someone else this way. You need to own up to how messed up all of Thursday was. Right now, I can't smile and pretend to be professional with you because you majorly screwed up and hurt me. So I'm not going to pretend we are good because we aren't. And I refuse to be fake, but I'm trying to talk it out with you. I understand this is scary for both of us. I feel awful. I would never want anyone to feel this way. I'm mortified at the prospect of taking advantage of anyone's body autonomy. When I asked for consent throughout the entire process, if at any moment I had received a single signal from you that it was not okay, then I would have stopped. I firmly believe that consent can be revoked at any point in the actual act, which is why I asked every step of the way. I'm sorry for any hurt that was done. See, all this right here, I would say, as a layman on the internet, you don't do, because it does look like you're admitting to something. This seems like a bad thing right here. This feels like a bad thing. I'm not a lawyer. Consult your lawyers. Reading through this feels like a bad thing, and you probably shouldn't be saying right now. Because this does seem like something that could be used against you in court. Firmly believe consent actual. I asked every step of the way. I'm sorry for any hurt that was done inadvertently. My understanding was that Thursday was a completely consensual act between us. Again, I regret and am mortified if I misunderstood this. I would never want to cause anyone any pain or distress, especially not you, who I held. It hurt my understood. I regret, misunderstood. I would never want to cause anyone I held dear to my heart. I just want you to be as well as you can and take care of your needs at this time. It was never my intention to cause cause you any pain. Given my past personal experience, believe me when I say I would never want anyone to experience non-consensual touching or a lack of body autonomy at my hands, and I take this very seriously. Just joined. What's the TLDR? The TLDR is Takahata was accused of, sexually... Well, actually, no. Here's the thing. Takahata went on a trip to visit a girl that he's known for 9+ years at this point in time. He fell in love with her. They both loved each other from what it seems. She had some mental disorders, and after the trip was done and they did and they broke up, were best friends, still hung out together, talked about trains a lot. She's now accusing him of, having unconsensual That's literally it. Like, out of nowhere, this is coming. We've been reading through some of the most boring DMs, and now we're here. BS, she talks to a therapist. I'm willing to believe she talks to a therapist, to be quite honest with you. I'm willing to believe that, mainly because this is a modern day chick, and modern day therapists, depending on who it is, will lead you down all sorts of weird paths. Aces, that's actually a really good... Yeah. This deck is PP and crazy. Yeah. Did you read any and actually take in what I said to you in the previous message? I'm telling you, it has hurt me and wasn't okay. There's no ifs if there you have hurt me. You claim you care deeply for me, yet you downplayed my mental health issues to a dangerous degree, pressured and took me away from all my safety network, and made advances all while I was in a drugged up state and had nowhere to go. None of that is okay, and it's concerning if you think it is okay. It is. Jesus Christ. I made it clear to you I was in a mental health crisis, and yet you still pushed. I'm making it clear here it was not and is not okay, and if you can't accept that, then then there's no conversation to be had here. I don't get why you think a crying, panicked, drugged up girl who had asked if you would be mad if they just wanted to be friends, wanted sexual advances and sex. Wait. That's not. Wait. That's not what I was getting. Drugged up girl who asked if you would be mad if they just wanted to be friends. But the sex came prior to all. I'm so lost. I'm not disagreeing, Egon. Like, I don't like, this is insane. This is insane. This is the consequences for being bad in bed. I gotta learn more. I agree. I think this is just, he was bad in bed. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like the rude guy here or the bad guy here. It feels like he was bad in bed. She didn't want him ever again and said, you know what? Fuck off. That's what it's reading like. I don't get why you think a crying panic. Yeah, okay, we read that. Because the sex actually came prior to the whole friend thing. I'm even more baffled. You think a panicked mental health crisis, drugged up person is in a state of mind where they could make informed consent. I'm more shocked I could read that part. Even worse here is all I'm asking for is an actual apology for putting me through all that you did. I'm so effing sorry. I want to genuinely know I'm effing horrified by this and genuinely feel terrible about visiting. Again, I'm going to say this is probably not good to be putting in DMs. It probably can be used against you. Well, Ace, I don't fully blame you. I hope you believe me when I say I thought your anxiety reaction to everything on Thursday was about being away from home, away from your bubble and support network. That was my mistake, and I'm so effing sorry. I would never have even remotely pushed us in that direction or would have asked you to come out and visit me if I had thought otherwise. He didn't put in the I. He's obviously panicked right now. No other reason, I promise, as I lie through my teeth. He says, it's okay. People will find somebody when the time's right. When we hung out, and please believe me when I say this, I did not pick up on just wanting to be friends. That was my fault, and I'm sorry. I profoundly apologize for not using better judgment in interpreting everything. Had I known the extent of the state of your condition, I would not have asked you to come out. I interpret the situation completely wrong and hurt you in the process. I'm so effing sorry, and I feel truly awful. Out of respect to our relationship over the years, from the bottom of my heart, I'm sincerely sorry. And I'm gonna say this again. This feels like something you probably shouldn't be posting in DMs. I get why you did it. Logically, it would make sense. And again, I'm no lawyer. Don't take any legal advice from me outside of always consult your attorneys. I feel like if you would have taken this all, and I'm lagged up right there on OBS, Jesus Christ. But I feel like if you would have taken this to your attorney, they probably would have looked this all over right now, like prior to all this, prior to all these events undertaken and, you know, the allegations being made. They would have looked at you and said, don't say half this stuff, because it does look like you are admitting to doing something. As I'm reading this and I'm going through all these documents, it doesn't seem like you did anything. It feels like natural. You have Jeremy on retainer. Do not put me on retainer. I am not a lawyer. I am not anybody to take legal advice from. The only legal advice I am legally allowed to give anybody out there is consult your own personal attorney. That is it. Don't take in legal advice from dumbasses on the internet. There's my TED Talk for today. I was shocked, intoxicated. Wait, okay. I was shocked as I thought she was exhausted as I had been. I did not think she was intoxicated, let alone incapable of giving consent. I went into this thinking this woman loved me. She had encouraged me to believe this, to have her pull back from me. By the way, shout out to Legendary Scrub for $10. You're now on retainer. Well, shit. Your legal advice is pizza is yummy? Well, I mean, consult your attorney. Devastated me. I had been understanding and accepted when she said she wanted less intimacy, to be friends instead, no matter how much it broke my heart. But now she was making this allegation, which I knew was simply untrue. I could not understand what was happening. So I went over the events of those few days in mind. This had been a sad and difficult time with conflicting messages and mixed signals, but I knew that I had asked for and received her consent at every stage of intimacy. She clearly had been wrestling with issues of anxiety, but she had explained, and I had believed, that these were related to her fear of being away from home. These had not been presented as issues with being with me. She didn't at any point suggest she had an issue with being intimate until after the fact. I wish she had been clearer and more honest with me about the specificity of her issues and what her limits were. This has been a terrible moment of failing to communicate properly. Yes, I misread the severity of the situation and am profoundly devastated. I'm still processing this heartbreak at the same time, and I wouldn't wish this on anybody. We have both clearly been hurt by miscommunication. I think you're the one that got hurt here, buddy. I think you are. Oh, and this is the evidence that Bo ended up adding in. So we might go over that. I might skim that. Give $10, be my lawyer. No, I'm nobody's lawyer. Don't come to me for legal advice. I listen, I'm not a good attorney. Don't look at me. Don't. When you can't pronounce a word, just replace it with David. There's a lot of words like that, okay, Agon? There's a lot of words that I would be doing that with, because, fun fact, I don't say button correctly. You know, like press the button. I say button, not button. I say button. So there's a lot of words like that. I'm a dumbass. What do you expect from me? Let's see, but I was profoundly shocked. Okay, both from miscommunication. What I will say is the only person that is hurt here from miscommunication is you. I don't think she was hurt at all. I think she's weaponizing this against you. That's what I'm reading here, because nothing here was adding up. Even when it came to like the wanting to separate herself, wanting to go a completely different way, there's a lot of stuff here that just doesn't make sense. David would be your catchphrase like a One Piece character. Hey, don't get me started on One Piece. The stream will never end. I love it so much. The stream will never end. But I was profoundly shocked and filled with sadness when, after my visit 5 months later, EJ began sharing claims with several of our mutual friends. She alleged that I had sexually assaulted her and that I coerced her into being intimate after she had expressed a desire to simply remain friends. These claims simply did not align with their reality of our relationship. And I still have the written messages to prove this. Her version of events also altered the timeline of our trip planning and omitted key context, such as the fact that we had been in an open and off relationship for 9 years, during which time we had twice met in person and shared many intensely sexual interactions virtually, online, and throughout text. Leading up to the trip, friends of mine gave me insight into what was being said once this became apparent. I'm fortunate to have friends who have known me for many years and who questioned the accuracy of what they were being told. With the permission, I'm sharing some of the messages and Discord exchanges they sent me which reflect their perspective and support and help provide a fuller picture of the situation. And I'll open this real quick, but I believe this is Bo Peep or Bo Sheep. Yeah, Bo Sheep. And I have seen some of these on multiple occasions, and she has been like a real baller and has like been by his side through a lot of this stuff. So I'm not really wanting to read through a lot of this now, But you can even go on like Twitter and see just how viciously Bo has been like out there protecting Takahata. Like, again, I might have a lot of differences with Bo Sheep, but I have to call a spade and go like, Bo, you're a real friend here. You've been by his side since the very beginning. Even when the allegations were coming out, I'm not going to play this clip from Rima. She's crying here. Like, it is hard to listen to and watch. And she's been on his side all the way. So you're a ride or die right there. When it comes to what's going on here, Takahata did nothing wrong. Takahata's being dragged through the mud for something he didn't do. And he's been doing this the correct way. To remind everybody about this, okay? I'm going to take you back here. When the allegations started up, Takahata put out one big twit longer. That boils down to he is taking legal action. He ain't talking. Okay? He ain't saying shiz. He's being very professional and respectful through this all. You can even come over here to his own Twitter account. And you can see outside of the doc and what he said just the other day. His last post was on May, when he was undergoing the legal actions, when he was told to shut the hell up. He put out said post yesterday where I'm always going to point out the second thing. My legal representatives in January 2025 contacted the individual who started this, but have yet to receive any response from the individual in question. He has been watching this like a hawk. He's obviously dotting his I's, crossing his T's. His team is on it. And right now, I gotta be honest, Bo's a real one. Takahata, I think, is doing everything above board, and I'm kind of on his side in this situation. I don't think there's a whole lot here that could drag me away from his side. Even when the situation was first starting up, I was one of the outsiders looking in, going like, what the hell is this? I don't know who half these people are. And then I had the Adora radio drama, which, holy crap, that really skewed me against Adora. So when Adora came out here and dropped this little tidbit, wasn't really wanting to believe a lot of it. I was already kind of skewed against her, and I was already getting a little bit more skeptical on the entire situation. What I'm seeing right now, Takahata's main problem, and Ace says it in the chat, he's guilty of probably being lame in the sack. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I view this chick as being manipulative, cunning, and attempting to destroy a man for doing absolutely nothing wrong. I don't see any downside to what he did. He was above board, and for crying out loud, I read through train information in London and in England, and I'm from America. I don't give a crap about a goddamn train. But what I'm seeing here isn't what was being alleged, and isn't any justification to have anybody cut ties with him. The only bad thing Takahata ever did was not call out Death Battle out on the incorrect Metal Sonic scaling while he was with them on stream when they were scaling Metal versus Perfect Cell. Sarcasm. Bro, I'm going to be honest here, okay? I'm going to say something, and some of the Takahata fans and people that know him, I'm going to say something here. Did Takahata voice Perfect Cell in Team 4-Star? And I'm saying this, again, I get lagged up, because every time I type Takahata in on my tags, it keeps saying Takahata Cell. And it's like, I feel like I know this. And I know he was a voice actor, but did he voice Cell at any point in time? I should look that up. I should. But I never looked into like his voice acting roles. And if he did voice Cell, Jesus Christ, that's fucking awesome. But here, I'll actually look this up right now while I'm on stream. Takahata101. Voices. He voiced Cell and DBZ8. Fuck yeah. Shit, that's a damn good voice. Fuck, I love his voices. Fuck, I love it. Cell Arc and DBZA is fucking awesome. I'm still a Frieza boy. Listen, when it comes to anything Dragon Ball, I'm a Frieza boy. I'm a Frieza main. Frieza's the GOAT. You're never gonna get me to move away from Cell. Move away from Frieza. But that Cell arc slapped. And I'm still always gonna say I wish they did the Buu arc. I wish they did. because you could get some funny things during the Boo arc. You could get some funny moments during the Boo saga. I'm a huge fan of Boo. Okay, I'll fully admit it. I'm a fan of the Boo saga. So, a proper power scale once reacted to Death Battle Metal vs. Cell, and came to the conclusion that Metal blitzes and one shots. Beardo's right. You are into Fudas. Fuck off, Weasel. Listen, the Boo arc is fantastic. I'll always defend the Boo arc. The whole, everything with Majin Buu, Super Buu, Kid Buu, I enjoy that so much. And then Vegito, obviously. I'm not a huge fan of Dragon Ball Super. I'll fully say that. I'm not a huge fan. I haven't been getting into it. The one thing I do love about Dragon Ball Super, Gogeta's canon. I'm a Gogeta boy. Gogeta being canon. I'm all on board. I'm on board. Let's go. Gogeta. Gogeta boys. Let's rise up. Rise up. Gogeta boys. Obviously better than Vegito. 1000%. That's the saddest part about this iCast knife. It shouldn't be that way. Dragon Ball GT over Super. I'm not gonna agree there. Even though there's some cool shit in GT, I'm not gonna agree there. But the saddest part is, like, this whole thing, it does hurt, like, the internet community. It tells people not to go out and, like, engage with each other, because you don't know who you're gonna get involved with and how it could easily turn on you. How it can easily be weaponized against you and have your entire life destroyed. GT had the best Gogeta. Oh, I agree. And on that note, okay, I'm just gonna potentially say this. I want to get one thing before I get into this. Okay, I want to get one thing, just for me to properly have this protected, because Bent, and I'm gonna be nice here. Bent, I'm not gonna say what I want to say. And I'm not talking about the Twitter user Bent. I'm talking about this and more the derogatory, hey, you're a Bent. Has come out and said something. And I just wanted to make sure I had this pulled up just for proper context on some stuff, because I am going to get into some more legalese. Because following Takahata coming out here and dropping that doc, Mistress Doom, EJ or JE or whatever her thing was, has made a statement via her attendant. Okay? This is her carer, Jimmy. Hello. This is the carer of Mistress Doom. Some of you know me as Jimmy. I'm posting this brief statement on here on her account on her behalf, so that she does not have to traumatize herself further. These are her words for now. Finally, a chance to speak after a year and a bit of suffering from someone's actions. Will kinda speak. This is an active police investigation. Nothing about this case should be public, as it is in the hands of the police and actively being investigated. This has been a police case since August 2024. Taka publicly posting this document is a crime and breaks the Sexual Offense Amendment Act 1992, which states alleged victim of rape or sexual assault is granted anonymity for life as soon as they report, which I did back in August of 2024. August of 2024. I want you guys to remember that date. But when it comes to the actual, Sexual Offense Amendment Act 1992, I did pull it up. And I know this is Google AI. It's not too cut and dry. Obviously, I am not a lawyer, but just to give you guys some of the laydowns of what this is, okay? Just to give you guys a broad idea, because this is obviously not going to be as cut and dry. A lawyer will be able to give you a much better breakdown, but honestly, I think she's already screwed herself. The Sexual Offense Amendment Act 1992 is a United Kingdom Act of Parliament that provides lifelong anonymity for victims of certain sexual offenses. The act prohibits the publication or broadcast of any information that could lead to the identification of the victim, encouraging more people to report sexual crimes without fear of public humiliation. This protection applies during the victim's lifetime and is a criminal offense if breached. The act grants victims a qualified sexual offense, included rape and sexual assault, lifelong anonymity. Let me see. I think right here. It prohibits any publication, including online or broadcast of material likely to identify a complainant in a sexual offense case. Encouraging reporting. The primary aim is to create a safer environment for victims to report sexual crimes by protecting their privacy and dignity. Now, it's not saying this here, but one of the people that do actually fall under this is also the alleged perpetrators of said crimes. Nobody's allowed to talk about this, and that's going to be a key point here when we get into the second part about this. Nobody's allowed to talk about this, period. Okay, remember that. Nobody's allowed to talk about this, period. Including her. I would love to be able to share my story and my evidence. However, it has all been with the police since August 2024. Onwards, I need to speak to the officer in charge of my case as well as my rape crisis advocate before I can make more of a statement regarding any of this. I know this is the court of public opinion and you want evidence, but what Taka did is a crime and is being handled by the police. Twitter has also been made aware that this post is a crime. Well, let's remind people, Taka has a legal team right now. He's been doing everything what appears to be very above board. If you want me to believe that his entire crew told him to go out there and post a crime, I ain't gonna believe it. I ain't gonna believe it. I'm willing to bet you money Takahata had his lawyers look over that entire Google Doc, which if you're watching this as the clip that I'm going to be putting out later, you can go watch me read out through all that Google Doc. I know people on the stream right now are going to be like, I'm talking about a clip. Yeah, I clipped this stuff out. Listen, he's been doing everything above board. I don't have any reason to believe he just committed a crime. And in fact, if somebody committed a crime, I'm willing to bet it's you. Unfortunately, it was around midnight. He did this so neither the police officers involved in the investigation or the advocate are awake. So I have to wait till morning to be able to speak with them and clear what I can publicly share. Sure. I put none of this public and never wanted it to go public, nor did I want anyone to know that I was the victim of that. I know I can't give the evidence right this second, but now the police have had the phone logs and his lawyer letters since the end of January/February 2025, and as of literally today, 9th September, when I spoke with them, they were still actively pursuing the investigation. I have given no one permission to share this story, and most of the people claiming they have heard my side and spoken to me are lying. I have proof of everything. I claim it is just tied to a police case, which I will provide proof of as soon as the officers in charge of the case and my advocate are awake. But now I wouldn't have a police officer in charge of a rape crisis advocate for nothing. And a rape crisis advocate for nothing. Just gonna hop right back on over here, guys. Just for a second. We've had a lot of people talk about this. Okay, we've had a lot of people talk about this. I want to just hop back over here. What he said just yesterday. My legal representatives in January of 2025 contacted the individual who started this, but have yet to receive any response from the individual in question. They've been covering this for a long time. They've been watching over everything. They've been discussing this. They've been going over this. He obviously has a strong legal representative, and they're doing the best they can. But furthermore, if you haven't told anybody about this, why do we have these going around? And I know this is kind of hard to see, but this is from Red Claw. And again, Adora put this out. This should send an order. This is everything before it happened, with the exception of the last text he sent, which was after it happened. Censored for victim safety. These are all the DMs, by the way. These are all the DMs. So everybody was talking about this in January. Officers don't authorize the release of information. A lawyer or judge does. She's dumb, and so is her handler. All I'm going to say is this is obviously UK law. UK law does not work the same way as American law, so take that as you will. But we're going to cut back over here. Just know this is not American law. That's why, like, this particular thing here is United Kingdom Act. These people, one's in Canada, one's in the UK. Alleged victim lives in the UK, the alleged perp lives in Canada. You already got that working against you, buddy. I'm sorry, something here ain't passing the sniff test. Once again, this is a police case. None of this should none of this should be shown publicly, and outing my name is a crime. Please allow me the space to speak with the police and the advocate, and know that having a trauma that has almost oft used against your oft you outed against your will is a trauma I will never forget. I am a real person with feelings who has suffered for over a year with this. If I must make this clear publicly, then let this be my word to listen to. As a victim in this investigation, I do not currently consent for anyone to speak on my behalf other than my carer at this moment. The only consent previously given in the past was to only state there was an ongoing police matter and nothing further. Any posts that targeted the situation publicly were done against my will. If you made a post on my behalf, you did not have my consent. The problem is, how did these people find out about this? How do these people discuss this? Yeah, I was going around. Probably should blame Adora for just throwing that Molotov cocktail into everything. But I want to bring us over here to this dude, okay? Golden Witch. The act and right of anonymity is nullified and lost if the person that is regarded as the victim has made themselves known to too many people that's so many twos, to the point you are no longer anonymous, which is where this comes in. And all the people that were trying to protect her, all the people that were trying to say it, all the vague posters, they probably screwed her. You know, we can come over here to Alicia. My decision to part with him was solely based on the conversation with him. I gave him the benefit of the doubt because he was one of my best friends. Regardless, I am a strong believer in seeing proof of screenshots and taking the person accused to hear them out. In the situation, I only talked to Taka, the accused, and that alone made me leave. There were other women in the scene who interacted with the victim and know more about her side. If there's more people that know about it, you get problems. And we come over here. There were other women, and I'm going to do it like this just because it looks awful. There were other women in the scene who interacted with the victim and know more about her side. I can't speak on their behalf. And I added a little bit there. The fact that there are more people that know about this, that there are individuals that know about this outside of it, that does start hurting your claim and your protections. And then we had this. This was weighed heavily on me since January. The reason I distanced from Takahata101 earlier this year was because Red Claw has shown me an anonymous victim's allegation of Takahata harming her. I distanced from Taka after I read that. The whole point, if you want to remain anonymous, you have to do it too. If you go about and make yourself known to too much, you are waiving your right to it. doesn't matter if the other people try to keep your identity safe. It's that you bypass your own anonymity. And what I'm willing to put out here, okay, because she did out herself technically. The person that really screwed you over was Adora. Adora tweeting this out, Red Claw probably as well, but all the people tweeting about you behind the scenes, and then you get Adora tweeting this out, throwing these allegations. I'm willing to bet this gave the window for Takahata to come in here and tell you everything that's going on. And that's why we have this whole thing going on right here. Okay. And again, I'm a layman. I'm looking at what I'm seeing. Things aren't adding up. And what I see right here is a woman that is very much upset that this whole play to shut this man down has just blown up. She obviously was trying to weaponize this act, which I am not a fan of, by the way, even though I live in America. This whole act seems atrocious to me. I get the general concept, but goddamn, this seems nightmarish. Nobody able to talk about it, and you just get dragged through the courts. This whole thing here, I'm willing to bet Adora is the reason Takahata could even talk on this. All I'm seeing is a woman now who's very upset that everything's kind of falling apart for her, and that she's not going to be able to continue dragging this man through the courts, destroying this man's life and making his life even harder. So I'm willing to bet you money she didn't want this to come out, because reading through that Google Docu, reading through that whole thing, yeah, Takahata, in my opinion, did nothing wrong, and yeah, really did just screw up his life. When you have he added her username. When you have friends like these, who needs enemies? Exactly. Her own friends more than likely is what screwed this over. People like Alicia, people like Adora, people like Red Claw, them talking about this, them bringing this up, and I'm gonna more lay blame at Adora. I'm willing to bet, like, I've had this opinion of Adora for a while now. Adora 100%, after basically destroying her whole career, just said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna throw a Molotov cocktail into everything and walk away because I'm already leaving it all behind. Bye. I'm willing to bet you $500 she's the biggest reason this is all. Takahata got a win there. Takahata got a major win because of this. I don't see this act being used against him. I see it actually being like she's already given up her rights. I don't see this working in any way in her favor right now. And the more, like, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this stuff. Obviously, I've been on the sidelines through a lot of this, okay? Mainly because, like, I've seen this all play out, okay? I've seen this all play out a lot. You ain't convincing me Takahata did something wrong there. You ain't. At reading all that stuff, you ain't convincing me. Obviously, there's more to the story. If Mrs. whatever her name is, the Doom, whatever, I don't have her thing pulled up right now. If she puts out her side, I'll read through it. I'll look at it honestly. And I'm going to compare and contrast. And I'm willing to bet you money it ain't going to look good for her. I'm willing to bet you money. I'm willing to bet something convinced her to do something bad. Damage is done at this point. He's radioactive levels of persona non grata in the VTubing voice acting scene now. Who's ever gonna collab with him? Who's gonna hire him? Innocent or not, he's effed. So I will say this, and I see what you said there. Agon Adora influencer versus Adora Bloons. TD6 hero. Who wins? Bloons. The influencer is insane. And I'm lagging up again. God damn it. I might need to update my OBS. Might need to see if there's an OBS update, because that usually happens around then. Here's the thing. He's radioactive at this point in time, but there is a way to fix your reputation. That being said, and I'm going to say this, that being said, just because you fix your reputation doesn't mean you want to go back. Okay? Just because you fix your standing and everything doesn't mean you want to go back and work with him. Take a look at Johnny Depp. At one point in time, he was persona non grata. And then the trial happened. And I always remember this moment. And I know I'm utilizing Johnny Depp here. I know. Sorry, I was in. Allergies are acting up, so saliva is more active. But I'm utilizing Johnny Depp here. What happened after, and I remember this day, what happened after the trial ended and he was found innocent? Disney did the Pirates of the Caribbean theme all over the parks after him being persona non grata, them trying to remove him from everything, them trying to, like, Amber Heard destroying his life. The day after, actually the same day that he won, Pirates of the Caribbean, and oh my God, we're on his side. First time in years that started playing throughout all of Disneyland and Disney World. First time. And I mentioned that because Johnny Depp never wants to go back to Disney. Never. People want to probably work with him left, right, and center right now. He doesn't want to work with the people that openly screwed him over and assisted with screwing him over. So let's say Takahata, okay? Let's say Takahata. It's a similar situation, not one-to-one. None of these situations are ever going to be one-to-one. He can save himself, and it looks like he potentially can be saving himself right here. Alicia's taking some bad sides here. I might like Alicia from time to time, but she's been taking some bad sides and taking some L's in her own regards. Okay, you can have people like that say whatever they want, do whatever they want. The public can end up being on Takahata's side, which I'm starting to see a lot of people be like, yeah, Takahata did nothing wrong. He got screwed. All the people that offed him and outed him and did all this stuff to him, all the people, and I'm going to shout out the Rima. Wrong button. I'm going to shout out the Rima clip because you got a lot of people throughout this Rima clip. Radia. You got the girls from like Adora, Radia. I can never remember this chick. They all cut ties with him. You have Red Claw. They all cut ties with him. All these people started cutting ties with him publicly and saying they're not going to be engaging with him anymore. You get a lot of people like this coming out here and making statements. Yeah. There were some people staying on the side, but you get all these people. They don't look that good right now. They don't look that good. I think the public's more on Takahata's side than what people are wanting to believe. Reading through this whole doc, it does not look the way that people want you to be perceiving it looks like. Now, the big question is, does he want to go back? There will always be jobs. There will be jobs. Other companies might want to hire him. Other groups might want to hire him. And I'm not, like, this is just an example. I haven't looked into where it is right now, but for a while there was Matsuri Productions. I don't know where that's gone because I haven't been following along with that, but that's, you know, groups like, fuck, what's his name? I literally just had his name. Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, he voiced Broly, for years. Fuck, I can't think of his name. God damn it. It's on the fucking tip of my tongue. Edward Elric BA. Vic Mignogna. Yeah, Vic. Vic Mignogna is finding some more indie companies to work with. Matsuri Productions, which I don't know if it's still going on because that was a part of Anime Matsuri out of Houston, Texas. They were doing a bunch of anime for a while. I haven't checked in on that for a while, so, you know, cut me here. There's other companies that would probably want Takahata to work with them. Probably beg Takahata to work with him. Yeah, going back to what the other companies, you know, going back to the other groups, probably don't ever want to do that again. But there's going to be people that want to work with Takahata. He's a great voice actor. Fantastic. Right now I have Hellsing Bridge going through my head. And also I can't. Fuck it. I'm going to try to play it. P is for perfection. Takahata is fan-fucking-tastic. YouTube. Perfect Cell Song DBZA. Yes! I'm probably gonna get hit for this. I don't care. This is how good Takahata is if it loads. Oh, come on, load, damn it. Come on, load. Load. Will you load? Jesus Christ, it's not what the... I want the previews for perfection. I want this song. Give it to me. Give it to me raw. Give it to me now. My internet is shit. The potato ain't running right. The potato is struggling. There it is. There it is. I'm gonna turn this down real quick. I'm probably gonna get hit for this, but I'm coming to the end. I already hit the wrong button. I'm coming to the end of the stream anyways, but this is how good Takahata is, and I remember this scene vividly. Pausing just for copyright purposes, because I'm more than likely gonna get hit, but just pausing.
P is for priceless, the look upon your faces. E is for extinction, all your puny races. R for revolution, which will be televised. F is for how f***ed you are. Now allow me to reprise.
This is fucking fantastic. It gives me goosebumps because I love this scene. I love this moment. It is so fantastic. It's some of the best moments of DBZA where you get Perfect Cell coming out here doing this top notch, just out the box, singing perfect.
E is for eccentric, just listen to my song. C is for completion that I've waited for so long. T is for the terror upon you I'll bestow. My name is Perfect Cell. And I'd like to say, hello.
God damn, that is so epic and it gives me chills. This was an abridged version, by the way, and they managed to make a story on par with the original. I fucking loved his voice acting and his capability. I do hope he finds work, but I'll be damned if it seems like all the moderate to big VTuber collaborators have one hell of a hate boner for the guy. So we'll see where it goes. And also, like, you always have to remember, like, who can he get in with? Who might he want to engage with? And maybe he wants to take some time alone. Maybe he wants to be alone for a little while. Maybe he just wants to hang out with Bo. Need a new potato probably out of juice. Listen, I'm about to get fiber. I was watching the guy the other day down the road hooking up a different house. They're about to be at my house. I'm excited. I'm about to get fiber. I used to watch TFS series every other week. Dude, I watch TFS religiously. And there's still some times where, you know, you go on YouTube, you type in TFS complete. I'll just watch that shit. I'll fall asleep to that shit because I know it so well. Frieza Saga is still my best. I still think Frieza's the best, but that's because I'm a Frieza fanboy. The moment Golden Frieza came out in DB's, I might not be a super boy, but I love Frieza, so I had to watch some of the, you know, the Golden Frieza. I'm a Frieza main. When I played Xenoverse 2, I did the Frieza race because Frieza's my boy. Come on, I can't diss Frieza. Plus some of the, but like Cell was up there. Cell was fucking awesome, and I wish they kept going. And I lagged up again. Fuck OBS. Taka is also a good writer. He had made some of the jokes. Yeah, I heard about that. I did hear about that. I know, like, a lot of several of the Cell stuff he did ad-lib. Like, he did it Cell. It was fantastic. Are you Batman Beyond fan, my friend? Oh, 100%, Chris. 100%. I'll be right. I'll say this. Listen, I love me Bruce Wayne. I love me Batman. Batman's one of my favorite characters. Bruce Wayne, Batman, top notch. I gotta be honest. I'm also a Terry McGinnis guy. And when we had the Batman coming around with fucking Twinkle Toes, sparkly vampire guy. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. A British actor. When he was coming up to possibly be Bruce Wayne, I was like, nah, make him Terry McGinnis. Perfect Terry McGinnis casting right there. Perfect Terry McGinnis. I want a good Batman Beyond movie. I'm not gonna lie. outside of like what we already have, because what we have right now is fantastic. But Takahata, I could see Takahata still getting jobs. There's still probably people that want to work with him. I could still see people wanting to work with Takahata in the future. Like this is a man. This is a man. Maybe this will be a come to Jesus moment for Taka with with all his former friends indeed being Twitter freaks. Doubt he'll ever be based, but I bet he's definitely learned to hate. Well, okay, I don't think he's learned to hate. I think he's learned to be more skeptical. Probably a little bit more skeptical, and I don't care if somebody's based or not. To be brutally honest with you, I don't care. Like, I could point out a couple of VTubers that aren't based that I personally choose not to engage with. One of the best ones, Tricky. I saw what she tweeted out when the orange man got, you know, poo-pooed at. No, I'm not going back near that thing. But just because Tricky's that way doesn't mean I'm not going to engage with somebody like Froggylock. Froggylock, who's hilarious, unintentionally so, but just perfect. I like watching Froggylock content, even though she's openly super lefty. I like watching so many different people. I love watching so many different VTubers, and I don't give a crap if they're based or not. I can probably figure out who's a little bit more based than others, but I don't really care. I don't go to VTubers to engage with them because they agree with me politically. I love watching Kirsch for some of those reasons, but Kirsha is Kirsha as well. She's just insane. I love her. I love her to death. Fantastic. Found me through Melanie Mac. Listen. I'll talk a lot of shit on Melanie Mac any day of the week, but she has to have something for me to talk about. But, I want to see more Deathstroke versus Batman, says Fat Loser. Dude, I would love a good Deathstroke versus Batman thing. I would love that. Oh, best battle in all of Batman Arkham Origins. Best battle. Would have been better if they did it later, but best battle. I like tons too, but it's fun seeing some crack out the NPC programming. Bro, if you there's a couple that you can catch a few. Yeah, you can catch a few. Deathstroke is cooler than Deadpool, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. Deathstroke is 100% a better character than Deadpool. But like, Deadpool has his own like creativity and interest to him, but I prefer Deathstroke. But back to the like base VTubers. There's a few that you can find them. I can point out one that's a little bit more base than she lets on. I'll point this out real quick. I can tell you who's... It's pretty obvious when you start, like, watching her stuff a little bit. And just listening to her. You want to know more than likely, one of the most based ones out there? Bow. Gigi? I don't think Gigi's that based, but Gigi's funny. Bow's pretty damn based. If you listen to her, one, she's unhinged. It's glorious how unhinged she is, and it's beautiful, and she's one of my Oshis. If you watch enough Bao content, guys, I'm telling you right now, you'll hear some things. You'll hear some things, and you'll see some things, and she'll say a thing here or there that's a little based. A little based. Some of the stuff she wants, and I mean, let's be real here. Okay, let's be real here. Girl just did an entire thing with and I might get hit for this one. Val was able to hide it behind the range. She was I saw the clips of her. Yeah. I saw the clips of her firing guns. She was having the time of her fucking life. Ain't no way a non-based VTuber, or at least a normal VTuber, is gonna enjoy firing guns as much as she was. Okay? Ain't no way anybody's gonna be like that. Heavenly Father, I'll say this, Heavenly ain't based, but Heavenly Father is a pretty good VTuber. I'm not gonna lie, I like Heavenly. I also really do enjoy, I enjoy Zentrea. And like I said earlier, guys, I love Froggylock content. I love it. Frogulot content is hilarious. Melanie still streams on her gaming channel. Dude, I don't want to. I will find the clips and I'll find the moments when she's deranged, which isn't that hard, but that's work. Like if you want real pain, you just listen to her on any stream. Like it's not easy covering Melanie Mac. Me, I'm based. Listen, I'll also say, like, I don't judge people whether they're based or not. Like I could point out who's based, who's not. I don't really give a damn. I don't care. Now, I'll say this. If the level of unbasedness, in my opinion, goes too far, I'll just avoid you. You know? But if it's content worthy, I'll make fun of you. Like Nera VT. Oh, you guys need to know the glories of Nera VT and just the unhinged destruction he is. And I'm not playing nice with him. And I'm saying him on purpose. Me, I'm based. Melanie does way too many purity spirals for my taste. Oh, I agree. Knife, that's why I started making content on her, is because of how her purity spirals were going. And then you look in her background and you see all sorts of anime and manga that go against her purity spirals. Weasel, I'm based. I'm free. I'm free based, says Weasel. No, you're free range because you're a furry. But here's the thing about VTubers. Okay, again, don't ever judge them via if they're based or not. But if you want to find the based ones, all you got to do is listen. All you got to do is listen, and you'll see moments. They'll crack. They'll imply what their real opinions are. And you'll fucking love them. You'll think they're even cooler. And now, when I say you'll find their real moments, those moments where you're like, yeah, that's not too based. You'll have moments where you disagree, and guess what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing on the internet. Even to Chris, who you're openly admitting, hey, you just subscribed to me and all that. Listen, I'm gonna say things that you guys are gonna disagree with. Nobody's ever gonna agree with me 100% of the time, and you're never gonna agree with somebody 100% of the time. That's normal. That's fucking normal, and that's fine. It's okay to disagree with somebody. What we need to combat is the people that demand you agree with them all the time. And then the people that want to bend you over. I'm cringe, says Ace. Well, I mean, listen, who doesn't like a little cringe? I'm pretty cringe as well. Weasel, damn it, I'm not a furry. Weasel, quit being a weasel. You ever play One Piece Ultimate Cruise 1 or 2? No, I haven't. I haven't played any of the One Piece games. I am rewatching through One Piece, though, right now, and I'm still on Skypiea. I'm one of the people that hate Skypiea. I hate Skypiea. You're never going to see me say a nice thing about Skype. Well, okay, I'll have some nice things about Skypiea. But I'm not... I say them begrudgingly because I hate Skypiea. I hate it so much, but I'm on Skypiea right now. And I'm one of the guys that's like, I can't skip this because it does set up some great things narratively and imply some really cool stuff. And it is like the start of hockey, and it's like... It's just it's a slog. It's such a slog, and I fall asleep all the time because I hate it so much. Skypiea is not... It's not... And I get why it is the way it is. Matara was the first step before hockey, and there's some really cool stuff. And Nell is a cool character. I'm not going to deny that. The idea of a thunder-based Logia fruit. Oh, God, that's so cool, but... Bros, it's long. But then you get to not Inisali, Water 7 and then Inisali. Unlimited Cruise are the best One Piece games, but you should wait until the time skip before you play them. I've already gone past the time skip. Aegon, I'm rewatching One Piece. Like, I caught up to the anime and I'm rewatching it. And even then, I'm ahead of everybody else because I keep up with the manga. So it's like, yeah, I know what's going on right now. In fact, if Adam's here, Adam and I still then play them now. Listen, I'm going through Final Fantasy 14 right now. Once I get done, actually no, here, I will say this. Next month, and I'm already working it out. I'm already planning it out. Even though I'm playing through 14 right now, next month Pokemon comes out. I don't have a Switch 2, but I still got my Switch. I need to update my capture card and stuff. I will be doing a 24-hour stream of Pokemon again. It's been a few years. I'm playing Pokemon again. I'm already working on the time. I'm already getting it. I'm getting it worked out. Pokemon's coming back, baby. Pokemon's coming. I do want to play the games, though. I will say that when it comes to One Piece, I do want to play them. It's just I'm waiting for a good one, like a perfect one. But real quick, if you guys want to hear more of me talk about One Piece, check into my live streams almost every day, except for tomorrow or today. I have to work Thursday morning. By the way, I work nights, so I have to work Thursday morning and Friday morning. After working nights, if that makes sense. Anyways, but those are only 2 days, so that's the only reason there's no stream tomorrow. But if you do want to hear me talk about One Piece a lot, tune into the streams. Also, tune into me and Adam's stream, who was in the chat earlier, called Anime Odyssey. We go insane on there. We have to talk about the actual topic first, and then we save One Piece for the end because we were getting just too in-depth into One Piece. It was getting bad. We were going 3 hours talk about One Piece and not even talking the actual show we were supposed to be talking about. I will say, just if you're not cut, you know what? I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say this because it is spoilers for the current manga. I'm looking forward to. I think there's a new chapter this week. I think. Let me double check. Let me double check real quick. Double check. No, I just opened up the wrong app entirely. Sorry, I needed to wipe my nose. I'm opening up. I subscribed to the Shonen Jump app. Yes, there's a new There's a new chapter. There's a new chapter of One Piece coming out. I'm so excited, bros. And I want to say what I want to say right now, but I don't know how many people are up to date, so I'm not going to spoil what I'm going to say. Boo jobs. Dermy, go watch the clip from TNME when you get a chance. What clip? DM it to me real quick. And I'll DM it to me real quick, Weasel. And I will, I'll pull it up right now. Aegon, thank you for the subscription. I tried to type a comment and suddenly a weird thing happened. I got kicked out of the stream and some key bindings window open. It's in clips in Discord. Let's see. What happened? What happened to Discord? What happened? Clips and highlights. Dermot catches a food. How did this happen? How did this happen? Turn off my BGM.
Gray Ghost with a 5. Oh, Phil is here paying my Fuda tax.
There's no Fuda tax.
What does that mean?
I like that you don't deny that you're a Fuda. You just say there's no Fuda tax.
There's no.
You know, last time I was on Project Egg Roll stream, I informed them about a lot of crazy stuff. I feel like this is my fault.
Fuda tax.
I'm not.
What is
What?
Fuda?
I feel like I know.
Phil
I know
likes
what that is,
hot
but...
anime girls with a penis.
Oh yeah, the Fudas. Oh, you're gross.
What?
Huh?
Hold on a second.
Wait, that's some Dermy
that's
Wormy
what
shit.
that is.
What the fuck? Bruh. Listen. One, shout out to Beardo. But two, come on. Why throw me astray like that, bro? Why throw me astray like that? Come on, man. I might be of sexual orientations, questionable thoughts and feelings, but come on, man. Come on. I thought we were bros. I thought we were friends. I may or may not download that to put on the Pulpbusters intro. But okay, I need to start wrapping it up because I still need to edit at least 3 videos for tomorrow and try to upload them hopefully tomorrow. The Takahata one, because it's so long, that actually might have to wait till Thursday, but I do have a video for tomorrow. If you guys didn't see the beginning, I did cover the schizos freaking out over Corony playing Hogwarts Legacy. So I do have that. Food attacks. Listen. Geeks and gamers are weird people. Okay, geeks and gamers are weird people. Kink shaming is bad. Listen, Aegon, there's some people we have to kink shame, mainly Cloud. Bro's a weirdo. But when it comes to food attacks, listen, their taxes are weird, but hey, listen, I'm not gonna knock a food. I'll say it. I'm not gonna knock a food. But I am of a questionable sexuality, so I leave it at that. But in the meantime, guys, again, like I said, not planning a stream tomorrow, but the more I keep thinking about it, the more I'm going like, no, maybe I could try to do a stream. Maybe I could try. Maybe. I don't know. No. Okay. But we'll see. We'll see. If anything, I might be playing Final Fantasy 14. But yeah. Keep that up to date. Simultaneously, I do plan on at least putting out one video tomorrow, if not both the Takahata videos. Hopefully, I get both Takahata videos out tomorrow before I have to go to work. If not, those will be out on Thursday. I will promise you that much. There will be a stream Thursday, though, because obviously I'm going to be working a day shift. I get off earlier. So keep an eye out on the notifications. Keep an eye out on my Twitter. For those of you who are new to the channel here, I'll even drop my Twitter real quick. I'll drop my Twitter. Simultaneously, what's your sexuality? Questionable. Yep, exactly. You want to, the reason I say questionable, the reason why I say questionable is because I don't like being pinned down. I don't. Okay? I do what I do. And I don't like the whole labels. Simultaneously, guys, if you want other notifications, if you haven't been noticing like my little stream bot, my stream elements who drops a lot of those notifications and things like that, like, hey, join the Discord, things like that. I might not be super active in my actual Discord. Okay, I might not. Except for like the streaming side, but that's mainly just streaming side. But the good upside to my Discord is it gives you a notification for every time I put out a video, in case Netflix, and like when I go live or anything like that. That's the upside to my Discord, is it gives you a notification for when I go live and when I put out a new video. If you want to go in there, join the Discord, whatever, it's totally free. I'm not charging you guys to do anything like that. There is some naughty no-no areas that you do have to verify if you're 18 or not. I will just say that. Okay, and I am trying to find a good way to like update my Discord and make it more personable, but that takes time and effort, and I don't really have that. So, but in the meantime, guys, I don't talk to clankers. Well, Aegon, I'm not a clanker, or am I? How do I know that you're not a clanker? How do I know that? Well, I know you're a clanker. But again, if you guys want to go into the Discord, get notifications, all the new viewers, all the new people here, you guys have been fucking awesome. I've been loving you. Obviously, there's my ex. I try to post out all my, at least, thoughts and opinions there. Probably going to disagree with me. But hey, bros, I love you guys. I love you all. I'll see you guys all on the next one. Y'all take care. Shout out to everybody that helped out tonight. Let me give another round of applause for the fan funding and all that good. From Legendary Scrub. Shout out to you, buddy. You always come by and help out. I super fucking love it. I can't be a clinker. My proof is that my favorite food is. It feels like Euro stuff. That feels like Euro stuff. I don't know what that is. Yeah. I need to be repping this up. God damn it. God damn it. My ADHD just kicked in. My ADHD is kicking in. Fuck. Popular Turkish dish. Oh. Doner. Oh, that's how you say it. Okay. Never had it. But anyways, guys. Okay, I need to stop my ADHD. I still have work tomorrow. Jesus Christ, I still have work tomorrow. I have to edit 3 videos real fast. But anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for doing all the good goods. I love you all. See you on the next one, guys. Bye for now.